Let's go grind this new music! Hit that like button! Let's do this! Let's go grind this new music! Hit that like button!
Brothers on the rise now. Endless celebrations all in my house. Levitating now, I'm super duper fly now. London boy, but DC where I reside now. Put the time in while you always yelling time out. And for critic, cause I know I'm coming with it. You were sitting, you were wishing I was handling my business. Now I got the ball like Harry Potter playing Quidditch. And my business is humongous, you would think that happens in there. Damn man, I'm all that, yeah, I'm all that. Looking for that whip, yeah, that what you call that. I'ma blow up in the summer, have him yelling fall back. And I've always been ahead like an effing ball cap. Man, I came in the game like, whoa. Got a couple chains on me cause I like gold. They told me I'm the best and I told them I know. Cause when I'm in your town, every ticket I sold. Yeah, they saying I'm the man. Facts, bro. Lot of haters. Tell me where they at though. I'm the new pop, all I do is rap though. Want me on your song, throw a couple stats, yo. Everybody wanna do the same thing. That's why we ain't on the same page. Do my own thing and I maintain. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah, I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah.
Game over.
I'm going mainstream.
Put that cookie down now!
Damn.
You hear me, right? Con men, thieves, degenerates, lowlifes, thugs, criminals!
I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream.
Just focused more on great games on our console that somehow we're going to win the console race, I think doesn't really lay into the reality of.
Hold on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh, no.
Holy
Oh, no.
Spirit,
Oh, no.
activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate. Activate.
What's up, grinders? How you doing? How you doing? Yes, it's Monday. The gaming Grindhouse is open. Knocking on those doors, smacking in that wall. Light that fire. Let's go. How's everybody doing out there? Shout out to all the grinders coming on in, liking the new tunes, liking those new tunes. I hope you're liking that, man. I got the Grindhouse open. Frogs will be coming in here joining soon if he has not already. Oh, Frogs is here. How you doing, Frogs? A crazy day, right? How you feeling? Frogs here. Well, he's getting off to me. There he is.
You hear me?
Yeah, man. How you feeling?
Oh man, still feel like crap, man.
Oh, I fixed my. Oh man, he's still sick. Oh yeah, that's why Frogs wasn't here. Everybody, last week Frog got a case of the sore throat.
Yeah, man, horrible.
Oh man. Well, okay. Well, drink your tea. Hope you feel better. Let me do some shout outs while you rest your voice here and get ready for the craziest gaming Grindhouse this side of 2024. Holy crap! Twisted Sync coming in here with the VIP. They want to be partying with Herman Hulst now. No more of this wishy-washy exclusives don't matter, horse shit crap, all this bull that's going on. Just want to party with quality. That's right. Thank you, Twisted Sync, for being a VIP. Shout out to Zero Steel.
made the list.
Just wait. What's up? How you doing? Brian East. What's up, Leech? Matty Beast. What's up? How you doing, Compost Smurf? Man, they're flying. Man, they're flying. BU. They're going crazy in the Grindhouse. I knew that they're going to knock down the walls. True Virgil's here, hanging low, dripping down slow. Hey, what's up, True Virgil? How you doing? Butted Toast, Zero Steel says. Oh, damn. Bill, what's up, VIP Grinder? Mr. Tennis, how you doing? DDP is here. Oh, what's up, DDP? I saw some of your tweets. Mr. Tennis says, I predicted the future. Hey, man. Hey, this is not, we're right. You guys have been listening a long time. You heard what it is. You all feel the same way. That's why the Gaming Grindhouse exists, everybody. What's going on with my friggin' microphone? Holy crap. What's up, man? How you doing? Who else? Wana, what's up? Richard Farmer, how you doing? Josh is. Cosmic Hero, yo, what's up? Don John Sean. Just let everybody know, too, I do have the, what's going on over here? Hold the phone. Hold.
Hey, can you hear me better?
I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I hear you better, Frog.
Okay, yeah, just want to make sure you can hear me better.
Yeah, man. And yeah, as breaking news, anything comes off of anything that's CES stuff, I will be adding it to here. But as you can see, we got one big topic. We got a lot to talk about on this one big topic.
Craziness.
It's crazy.
Hey, you know what, Jez?
Craziness.
Before we even start, all I'm going to say is, back in the day when we were kind of
a planet of something.
When we were a panel of a certain podcast on a certain planet, we called this stuff out. We said this stuff was going to happen, and we were told we were crazy, we were ridiculous. This is not everything we've been calling out since back then. This is years and years ago.
Yeah, like 5 years ago.
This is Xbox One X territory. We were calling this stuff out, and we were told how loony we were, how crazy we were. This could never happen. Look, let me tell you something. Money doesn't solve everything.
Nope.
You know, money doesn't solve everything. You can have all the money in the world, but if you got a little freaking pecker, hey, it doesn't matter. You got a little pecker.
It
is what it is.
Already. Oh damn.
It's a new year. You got a little pecker. You got a little.
I'm not a pervert.
Dude, you got a little. If you got a little willy, you got a little willy. Just live with it.
Turbo time.
Turbo time.
Do we really care about? You think women really care about how much money you have when you got a little willy? They care about your money, not your little willy. They're going after your money, not your willy.
Oh damn! Holy crap! That is gonna be messy. It's gonna be messy.
Oh no! We suck again!
It's about to get messy. Now.
Oh man! Oh wait a second. We got some. Hold the phone. Let's see here. Wait a second. I got something. Oh, that's just a commercial. Okay, wait. I was just looking at something.
People don't know. They're gonna find out who Mr. Wanky really is tonight.
Oh damn! Oh damn! Yo, Cosmic Hero with the 5. He goes, yo, Jez, new year, new crap being spread by the bots, and then this news gets out.
You're my number one customer.
Every agenda being broken left and right. Listen, there's no twisting, there's no jiving, there's none of this stuff. We've been saying this stuff. There's been people been saying the same thing. It's all just common sense. And they've been saying it. You know, Phil has been saying this stuff, and then everybody goes, no. And they come out with the damage control going, no. What Phil means is, Phil just said, we suck. Phil says he took it on the chin. Oh, no. He just woke up on the wrong side of the bed that day. He didn't mean that. I talked to him in Xbox party chat. He was just not having a good day. That's what's wrong with Phil. Don't listen to him on the Xbox cast. Well, that's not Phil. That's not like him. I tell you what he's saying. What he's saying is, no, he said what he said. And we don't like it, the Grindhouse. Because this is the thing, Frog. Like you mentioned about how we were speaking about these concerns 6 years ago, 2016, 2017, when they went all in on Game Pass. They started putting their stuff on PC day and date, disregarding everything they built with that console. And we were like, dude, this is... And when people said we were crazy, when people were saying like, oh, fear-mongering, we were trying to protect the brand, the thing that we loved, the thing that we enjoyed. And we're like, I don't like the direction they're going in, and I don't like this management. You can't say that because then you don't get the perks and the ass tattoos from Phil Ness. You know, he tries signing that ass, but only signing those asses go so far. And what? Hold the phone.
The crisp viewing experience.
What? Wait a second.
Intuitive interaction for 3D design. We are enabling creators to shape.
Hold the phone. Wait, breaking news. We're going to have to take a little pause here, guys, because Sony looks like they're doing something at CES with a new VR. Excuse me? Breaking news. Grinders, hit that like button.
We aim to evolve the sporting experience.
Trying to make it cheaper.
I'm doing it right now. I'm streaming it. I can put it on, guys. We'll get right back to rooftop parties and everything. Let's see what the hell's going on here.
Rooftop parties.
This is the new Jim Ryan dude.
PlayStation has been the leader in gaming innovation for decades.
Uh-oh.
Building a community of avid fans and game developers.
Breaking news, Game Grindhouse. This is what you come here for.
We announced that, as shown here, the overall number of monthly active users for PlayStation in December was 123 million accounts, which is record high. Last year, we developed Gran Turismo Sophie, our most competitive AI agent. It is now available to Gran Turismo players on PS5 as an ideal race competitor. GT Sophie's human-like racing interactions greatly enhances the driving experience for all players. PlayStation continues to expand on being the best place to play by offering even greater access.
Oh, damn, they're playing that flute.
Gaming experiences.
Dude, watch this. I just saw something here.
You just
wait.
I
I don't want to hear the music. Stop. We don't want to hear any licensed music through this. But wait a second. So they do this little sizzle reel, but then he showed something. I just turned I turned left and I was like, what is this? Hold on. Wait a second. Here we go. What is this thing?
Virtual.
They're doing the
physical
AR.
spaces.
Watch. Wait. Is that what
For
that
example, our creation tool Mokopi transport real human movement to the virtual space. Today, we are happy to announce a new solution for spatial content creation.
What? Spatial content creation.
With a crisp viewing experience and intuitive interaction for 3D design, we are enabling creators to shape and edit 3D models.
Oh my God, they're doing what HoloLens did.
The creation space by overlaying virtual objects into physical spaces. With seamless access to virtual objects, creators can work in real space with an immersive development experience.
Dude, I said this. I tell you.
And there is another space with an opportunity to bring
with that
more
car?
creativity. The mobility space. We consider mobility is an entertainment space where we can enhance creativity.
Hello.
We want to contribute
Dude.
to the advancement of mobility through our
All right.
entertainment.
We'll skip the car
expertise
part.
while
I just saw that headset. Who this? This is the car guy. All right, I think we're done with the gaming section.
To support this. Sony's sensing technology.
Oh, wait. Okay, he's talking about the
outstanding
headset. All right, let's get back to him. All right, let's see what this dude has to
So
say.
Honda is focused
Oh,
on
no,
the
it's
future
Honda. All
of
right,
mobility.
never mind. We're done. So they're coming out
And
with
we
an AR
hope-
headset. I'll let this play. If anything else comes out gaming-wise, we will return to that gaming Grindhouse. But my goodness. So,
That's Sony Honda Mobility.
no, we don't need a Sony Honda. No thanks. So they're coming out with an augmented, so grab it ass. Remember any else? Wait a second. This is the thing that I've always said happens. This is Microsoft's MO. They launch stuff too early. They do not get the support they need and kill it off before it takes over. This is their MO. This is everything that has happened. Now, augmented reality with the Quest 3. Now with Sony's headset. Apple just announced their AR headset. And they're doing exactly what HoloLens tried to do. And Microsoft canned the whole project and got rid of HoloLens. This is the craziness that always happens. They started with gaming, with music subscriptions. The music subscriptions. They iTunes existed and Zune Music Pass. Don't you think they can that whole thing and let Spotify and all these other Rhapsody and all these other companies do it better than them, and they're the first ones out? They do this all. Whoa. What is he talking about now? Why do you have a control in his hand?
This is the PlayStation controller.
Uh-oh. We're back, guys. We're checking in. All right, who's he doing with this controller?
Using this controller, I'd like to show you an aspect of the software-defined vehicle.
Wait, what is he doing? I don't hear music, dude. Is he controlling the car with the controller? What is he doing? He's driving the car with the PlayStation controller. Get the hell out of here. Get Sony, you know, some of the shit that Sony did.
It's raw, Melissa.
Dude's driving the car with the PlayStation controller. Get the
Where's the lamb sauce?
Oh, man, I just saw the PlayStation controller. The dude's driving a real car with it. Come on, man. What are we doing here, Sony? Get that controller out the stage. Don't let that guy drive it. He'll drive into the crowd. All right. Well, I saw a PlayStation controller. All right, Grindhouse. Just to let you know, I'm on it. The Grindhouse, the gaming Grindhouse is on it. If I find anything gaming-wise, we're not wasting your time with any CES trashola. You could catch that later on. But anything related to gaming, I will bring it up. I have it running in the background because we're not wasting anybody's time here watching a guy use the DualSense to drive a whole ass car. No man, like, dude, that is like a prank that you'll do on your siblings. Like, get in the car. I'm gonna drive it with the controller. Right? Wild shit. But anyway, back to that AR thing. So they're gonna come out with a creative thing with AR, but like, this is the thing. Microsoft's out of it. HoloLens is gone. They scrapped it. They scrapped all their mixed reality, everything. Remember, Microsoft scrapped it all just at the end of last month. And now, Apple's in it. Meta Quest 3 with the augmented reality and that whole mixed reality thing. That happens right now. See you later, Samsung. That's happening right now. And now Apple has theirs, which is a crazy amount of money. And now Sony's adding theirs to the mix. Like, this is what, and meanwhile, HoloLens is done. Cashed out, done. Shown too early, nobody cared. Microsoft did HoloLens 2, got rid of the whole group grabbing ass. It's a separate headset. But yeah, it's more for, it's not for gaming. It's more for creation. But it's just crazy how, like, how they missed the boat. And I'm going to tell you right now, somebody's going to do cloud better than Microsoft. Somebody is going to do AI better than Microsoft because that's their MO. That's what happens. They launch stuff too early. They just like Connect. Talking about, we were talking to Xbox to record that using our voice. People are like, oh no, they're recording me. Too early. Not enough support from developers. They didn't do it. And what happens? Now we're using Alexas and Googles and all, everywhere. Talking to everything, asking what the weather is and all this other stuff. Show me my things. And that's it. It's just, it's their MO. Whatever they show, people watch them, try to do it, fail, and then they do it better. It's happens in everything that they do, Microsoft. It's hilarious. Sony doing a HoloLens type thing. But anyway, anyway, that's not for gaming though. But I just saw a headset. I was like, yo, is that a new VR 2 Plus or something like that? But anyway, it's not. So anyway, back to gaming on this stuff. Hit that like button, grind. We're at 200 here. Sony AI technology. Oh, they're the Grindhounds. Trying to give them game pass.
it's like
oh, damn. Get them, frogs. We don't want it. Tell them we don't need it. Tell them we don't want it, frog. Tell them. They're at the door. They don't. They have a lot of trouble getting developers to jump on board. Same thing what they had with the Windows Store and UWP and all that other stuff. We've been through it. We've seen what they do. You know? We've seen it. We've seen it. And now we've seen. Remember Phil talked about the phases? Well, granted, we got. So just if you were not around for the last couple of days, let's talk about what happened. The Grindhounds, that's right, outside gaming night. The Grindhounds, they're out there. Who said member for 9 months, VIP grinder? Who's that? I don't know, it just showed up. Oh, I don't know what that was. I don't know with that one. But anyway, $100 join in. Launch and destroy, dude, or buy, things like that. So, so if you've been living under a thing, there's been, so it all started. I forget, was it on Saturday, on Sunday? So there was a podcast from Nate the Hate, or Nate the Drake, Nate the Nick, and he basically said that there was a game that was well-renowned or something like that in the Game of the Year conversation that was rumored to go to the Switch. And said that basically a Xbox first-party game was going to the Switch. It was then determined that it could be, again, this is all rumor, could be Hi-Fi Rush. Since that was probably the only game in the Game of the Year contending to speaking. Unless Starfield is next. Well, then the ball starts rolling. What's up, Ron? How you doing, man? Then the ball starts rolling. Now, if you remember, let's go back in time just a little bit. Right before the holidays, our Microsoft CFO, Tim Stewart, was spewing his shit. Talking about how people you once considered competitors will be places where we will put our games. That's right. Twister Sync right on point. $2. Tim Stewart, look at me now. I'm the captain of this ship. So just a little bit, and actually, we could go back to the grind tapes. Let's go back to the tapes. We're going to go back to these tapes over here, just to kind of give some preface to this. But this is what Mr. Stewart said back in, a couple weeks ago on the Xbox Final Play going third party. Be on every screen, says Microsoft CFO. This was the topic just a couple of weeks ago. And he explained that Xbox's mission is to bring first-party experiences and subscription services to every screen just made the list that can play a game. This means smart TVs, is his quote. And he was talking to Wells Fargo financial analysts. He says, that means smart TVs, which they have on Samsung. You just made the list. Mobile devices. And then highlighting, that means we would have thought as competitors in the past, like PlayStation and Nintendo. Just made the list. We're going to NVIDIA's GeForce Now, their gaming subscription service. Now, world was stunned. You just made the list. Because then Phil Ness had to come down from the Mickey Mouse Club and calm the Xbox fans. You just made the CFO list. Rattled the cage. Let's go. Let's say, Ron M, 5 members. Thank you so much, man. He gifted a Cosmic Hero got one. Amanda Pemberton got one. Bit Rate.
You're my number one customer.
Compost Smurfs in the house. Maddie Beast got it. Thank you, Ron M. We're on our way to 125. Grinders, I think we're at right now at 100. And I think 101, 100 right now of that. We're going to 125 to get our new emoji. But thank you so much, Ron M, for getting us over there. That's right. So you had to come down to the mouse because right after this thing, but this was before the Phil Ness came out. And this is the Grindhouse, talking about shit. They said, thanks, Phil. We'll take exactly. You want to give us something? That's nice. We'll take Banjo, bitch. And then, there you go. Remember Banjo? Anyway, so this is what he said. Right? He said this. And then I followed up with the video going. And then Microsoft CEO says, if it were up to me, I would get rid of exclusives. Stutter and Satya. We know him. We know Stutter and Satya.
Oh, no!
We suck again.
Yeah, that's right, Mr. Stutter and Satya.
I am doing more with less. Trusting Phil, he's the best. Now sign your chest, I am stuttering Satya. Listen to me.
There he is, Stutter and Satya in the house when he did this. He says, I would like to get rid of all exclusives if it were up to me. This is Satya's quote. If it were up to me, I would love to get rid of the entire sort of exclusives on consoles. And that's not up to me to define, Nadella said, especially as a low share player in the console market. Oh man, we always got to be reminded.
Oh no! We suck again.
As a low share player in the console market, that the dominant player there has defined market competition using exclusives. And so that the world we live in, I have no love for that world.
It's raw, Melissa.
Man.
Yes, Chef.
It's raw. Come on.
Ooh, Satya
Yes,
with
Chef.
some strong words there. The Claymores with the 10. He said, this might explain why Phil looked so defeated in the kind of funny interview. Xbox was probably already discussing and planning their third-party future. The Claymores. I want to talk about that because actually, right in that video, we went right to Phil taking, and this is exactly what, man, the Grinders. I know that this is a very intelligent group of gaming grinders right here. This is Grindhouse. This is a very intelligent group because they basically write the story for it. They know exactly where we're going with this stuff. Because remember, here he is. Claymore's right here.
And can we see more love on that side?
There it is. Right, Claymore's. This is exactly what you're talking about. We got the... Oh, man, I hear myself. Here he is. Let's hear.
I think you've lost the focus or maybe put too much on the PC side.
Let's listen to Phil
the console
after
is
those
still...
things come through. I think that's everybody. Lone Gaming gave me a VIP during that show. Here we go. Use those emojis, man. Get that. Hey, I don't hear myself.
And using the power of this next gen, do you think you guys have lost that focus, or is it still there? And can we see
my number
more
one
love
customer.
on that side?
Well, we'll definitely continue to focus on making our console experience as great as it can be. I like the homepage refresh and some stuff. I will say,
Claymore's. That's exactly what you're saying, right? Third party bitches. That's look at the mannerisms of Phil Ness. Just look at the mannerisms. What's with the right hand? You know, like it's like, hurry it up. Yeah. Watch the right hand. Phil Ness, show us.
And using the power of this
show us
next
how important the console is.
Let's
see that right hand again.
It's still there.
Let's see
and
it.
Can we see more love on that side?
No. Let's see it, Phil.
well, we'll definitely continue to focus on making our console experience as great as it can be. I like the homepage refresh and some stuff. I will say,
the homepage refresh. That's how he makes the console experience great. The homepage refresh.
Hold on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit,
What?
activate.
Oh no.
Holy
We haven't done this in
activate.
2024 yet.
Holy Spirit, activate. Activate. Activate.
What are we doing here? $500. He said he took care of you with the homepage refresh. Holy shit balls. The homepage, we make you feel special like the homepage refresh, you know. What the? Frog, let me ask you a question. You just got the Series X. When you booted it up, did you feel special with the homepage refresh?
Not at all. It felt like an Xbox One.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Means when I think about Xbox, I'm going to think about quality games. We have work to do there.
You didn't feel special. You didn't feel special with the right hand flapping in the air going, the homepage refresh, you know? But he continues, what I would say,
hey, this might...
The homepage refresh. That's what he referred to back then. And just remember, is the most. After this. Oh, man.
They are.
Is the most. Oh, and here it is.
There is...
was in...
who are playing on PC, who are playing on cloud, that they feel like they're full members of our ecosystem. Game Pass players can play on many different devices, and we remain...
Grinders, do you see the shirt that he's wearing? A little bit of Phil Ness right there. Gaming for everyone. What happened? What happened to all my friends? Frog, what happened to our friends? Gaming for everybody. Microsoft makes money. Would they make more games? What happened? When everybody plays, we all win. Signed by Phil Ness and the controller.
Fully committed to that. We're not in the business of out-consoling Sony or out-consoling Nintendo. There isn't really a great solution or win for us. And I know that will upset a ton of people, but it's just the truth of the matter is that when you're third place in the console marketplace and the top two players are as strong as they are and have
and hear what he says,
certain cases very discrete focus on doing deals and other things that will that kind of make being Xbox hard for.
There you go. They're snuffing them out. So what else does he have to do? This is the honest truth, dude. In shambles. That's right, in shambles. This is it. They needed to focus on great games. The exact thing that he said, if we go off and do, you heard this on last week's show, if we go off and do great games. And now it looks like if they have a great game, they're going to put it everywhere. And that includes their competitors. Mr. Stewart right now. Mr. Stewart. Cosmic Hero with the 5. He goes, so I have a question for everyone. Why on earth buy all these studios if you're going to go third party anyway? I mean, I do understand
You're my number one customer.
You know what? That brings up a good point and a question that I had as well. Now I talked to Frogs about this one. You know, one of the things I just want to make sure. Yeah. So thanks, Claim was so like that's the crazy thing, and I think that's what's frustrating a lot of people. So after this rumor happened, a lot of people were going crazy. And a lot of people were like, doing the same thing that this guy kind of did, like, the console feels second class. What are we doing here? And the messaging that went out. And we'll go get to the tapes and the receipts. We're going to go do that. So you're definitely going to hang in for that. But this whole, we're exclusive, we do exclusives, we don't do this, we don't do that. That whole, like, they've been teetering this line. Exclusives don't matter. Exclusives of counter what gaming is about. We've been doing this for years. Like, I remember videos 3 years ago, 4 years ago, when Phil Spencer was saying exclusives don't matter. Exclusives are counter to what it is. And then the first thing he does, right, like what Cosmic says, is that he goes and buys these big publishers, and they made Starfield exclusive, and Redfall exclusive, and Hi-Fi Rush exclusive, and we saw the emails. And that's the thing that I wanted to let her to see. And I think that there is a tug and pull going on at Microsoft right now. So with this Hi-Fi Rush, so there's rumors now that it will go this. There's other games now. See if we're going to go into that stuff. But just the idea of putting their games on platforms. We've said this here so many times that they are everywhere right now. They are on TVs, they're on iPads, Android tablets, Androids, all the PCs in the world, every Windows PC, they're in the cloud, on any browser, Edge, Chrome browser, they're everywhere. They are everywhere. The only place they are not in Game Pass form is on a PlayStation and a Switch. That install base has grown so much. Now, we've seen with the PlayStation 5, now almost 3-to-1 globally. They're at 50 million. You just saw how many engagement users. That's brand new numbers they just announced at CES. Now, we are sitting here going, where else could they be? Because we've seen their financials. We've seen the growth. Phil Spencer, and we got another official thing from, we had media folk going back and forth against each other. But I had the quote on here for the longest time.
Let's talk about Game Pass a little bit more, since that's a big bet for Microsoft. How many subscribers do we have now? And it does seem like a really good deal for the consumer, but what about the Microsoft
I had it here the whole
investor?
time.
How is this a moneymaker for Microsoft?
Our last public number was 25 million subscribers that we've talked about.
We get an update?
Not right here, but we did talk about growth on PC. So our Game Pass subscription, not expecting everybody's following the video game market, is available on gaming consoles and on personal computers. And you can subscribe in both places. We're seeing incredible growth on PC. I think Satya in our earnings.
This was
Satya
2 years
Nadella,
ago.
In our earnings yesterday, the CEO of Microsoft talked about, I think, 130, 140% year-over-year growth on PC, which is really where we're focused. On console, I've seen growth slow down on Game Pass, mainly because at some point you've just reached everybody on console who wants to subscribe. And we don't see subscription, unlike some other forms of media that have really moved almost solely to a subscription business. Today, Game Pass as an overall part of our content and service revenue is probably 15%. I don't think it gets bigger than that. I think
very modest about something that they were shoving down our throats for years about get Game Pass with a bunch of Oreos. Very modest now, and that was 2 years ago on that. And we also got more confirmation today from Tom Warren, who spilled his guts about how it's done on Game Pass growth is kind of done. And we also saw last year that, that Satya, that Satya took that out of his bonus structure or his payment structure with the growth of Game Pass. Remember that, Frog? He took that out. And Game Pass growth was not part of how he got his bonus or merit on that stuff. So he took that away. So Game Pass growth kind of stagnated. So the thing is that they are everywhere right now. They are on anything that you believe, where they let the console industry just go blow away with Nintendo Switches and PlayStation 5s. And now you're looking at a 200 million install base that will most likely try and play your games. Then, after Tim Stewart said that stuff, Phil had to come out and go, well, the conversation was Game Pass was going to go there. Well, he came out, Mickey Mouse, and was like, oh boy, no, Game Pass is not going there. But meanwhile, we kind of see some games are going there instead. Because Nintendo and Sony, we know, don't want Game Pass on their platform. Phil said it under oath. He said that they don't want Game Pass on their thing. We would put it there, but they don't want it. They don't want Booster. They don't want it.
You know what? Nobody likes you, Booster.
Nobody wants it. So how can they get those people to play their games? They got to put it over there. And you know what's crazy is that everybody seemed to turn their head away when they actually took Minecraft Legends and it was a PC exclusive. And then the year after, I know I covered this on here, they announced it for not only the Xbox and PC, but then also announced it for the Switch and PS4 as well. And the way they revealed it was very unique. And I remember, nobody really focused on that. And, I did because it was definitely very interesting. And what was it? Minecraft Legends. Minecraft Legends announcement or reveal. What was it? It was the it wasn't Minecraft Legends. Minecraft Dungeons. I'm sorry. That was the one. Because they thought that was going to be a PC exclusive. And just look at how that, because they put that there. If you remember, I don't know if you remember. Hit that like button. You remember this. Minecraft Dungeons. Where is it? I'll show you because it was very interesting the way they revealed it. Minecraft Dungeons reveal. Exactly. You can't just stick Game Pass on everything on that. You can't. But they don't want it. So Microsoft has to figure a way for more people to play these games because that's the goal that they're trying to do. Would they take it down? Come on now. Is this what they did? Where is it? Yeah, that was that. And then when they had the guy coming around. Hold on, I'm just double checking. Now watch. This is what the first reveal of Minecraft Dungeons was. Minecraft Dungeons was revealed 5 years ago. Minecraft Dungeons was revealed as a PC exclusive. Watch. This was the same year that they were announcing Gears, Flight Sim, and all that other stuff. Coming to PC in 2019. Minecraft Dungeons was a PC exclusive. Everybody's like, well, wait. So we got Gears Tactics, Flight Sim, and Minecraft Dungeons coming to PC only, no Xbox. Right? Then, the following year, they announced it again with a trailer. And that was at E3. It was like the last E3 stage. Right? So then the next year, they announced it. And watch the difference. Get this stuff out of here, dude. What is all this pop-up stuff? Get this stuff out of here. Watch. Coming spring 2020. Xbox Game Pass, Xbox One, Windows PC. The next day, watch the little guy. Nice. 4-player local online co-op. And...
You just made the list!
Chewy. Where is it? No, that was at the E3. I gotcha. Don't worry, I got the punchline. Is this the one? Oh my goodness. Where did they do it? Did they take it down? No. That was the official trailer. Hold on. I got it. I remember the guy specifically. And then they had this guy. See? A PS4? Oh, damn. What happened? There we go. So, like, it was started off as a PC exclusive and then got announced for not just Xbox, but it got announced for all of them. And I wish I had that trailer because they announced it at the thing, and I think it was 4 years ago. Was this the one? Wait a second. Oh, nah, dude, I had it. Anyway, you know that game was multi-plat. And it was very interesting. Very interesting that game was a multi-plat with the Dungeons trailer at E3. Oh, is that the bottom? Yeah, here it is. Found it. See? Here it is. This is the trailer. Watch how they reveal this, guys. This is what I wanted to show. Because people act like this is crazy. This is the start, right? Watch. It was the first PC exclusive to Windows, just like they announced, right? Watch the guys' reactions. Watch how they announced this. Okay. We're not done. Interesting. Interesting, Grindhouse. Right? Interesting how they used the Switch and PlayStation. I was like, oh no, it's going there too. Very interesting. But anyway, that was the start of like first party games going all over the place, right? Dude was not happy until Switch and PlayStation, right? very interesting for a first party game. But they go, oh, it's Minecraft, it belongs everywhere. Okay, fine. Explain, because this was not 2020. This was back in 2020. But now we're looking at this. See, I find the tapes, man. I remember this stuff because I was just like, wow, that's awkward. That's weird. Why is that game not exclusive? They need the exclusives, dude. It was 2020. Microsoft needed every exclusive they can get. Instead, they go put it on PlayStation, but nobody batted an eye because everybody was talking about 12 teraflops. That's why the 12 teraflops and the most powerful console in the world blinded them when they couldn't see the writing on the wall right there where why would you take a game and put it on your competition? Well, now they're seeing it because now when they finally have a decent game in Hi-Fi Rush and something to bring people in. And that's the reason why. If you remember, Hi-Fi Rush was one of those games where it's like, it was the first, even though they stealth dropped it, it was a quality game. And now they want to share that quality. Interesting. When we all play, we all win, right? Major Nelson was fighting off people when they were complaining about exclusives and stuff like that. And he's like, wait, what happened? When we all play, we all win. Well, this thing right here. So we heard the Tim Stewart stuff, right? And now we're going to get to the other announcements here. But Frog, I want to propose this to you here. Yo, what's up, Link? How you doing, man?
What's up? What's up?
Yo, let me propose this to you, Link. Because we were in the space. I heard you in the spaces earlier today.
Yeah, I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm
so let me tell you this thing. I feel Major Nelson knew. That's right, Don John. So what I feel here. Oh, here we go. True Witty, a member for 20 months. Thank you. He goes, as I said before, the CFO words are coming true. How long before they are first party for all platforms? How long to Halo, Gears, or Forza Horizon on PS5? I don't know. But this is the thing. So you're going to hear this first, and I want to get a Frog's and Link's opinion on here. And I kind of brought it up in previous ones, but I think there is definitely an internal struggle. Because Phil had to quickly come down from the rooftops and do that bootleg Jez interview where he's like, Game Pass is not going there. Calm. We care about Xbox. Remember, if you keep telling people Satya is behind gaming, I'm behind Xbox, if you got to keep reassuring people, there's a reason why there's a doubt. And you're not doing it with your actions. Instead, you're doing it with your words. And in the emails of conversation regarding the ZeniMax deal, there was an internal discussion that happened between Mr. Stewart, the CFO, like True Witty was saying, and Phil Ness and Mr. Booty. And it had to do with the exclusives of ZeniMax. And in the chat, the meeting with Phil Spencer, the decision in the future was that from Phil Spencer, all games from ZeniMax and the associated development studios would be released exclusively for the Xbox and also for PC. Quote, here comes Stewart, the CFO, the money man, the money maker, clap that ass, money man, comes in here, he goes, quote, not just new IP, but all games that would appear in the future? Wow. Stewart's reaction after Booty confirmed it again. Booty clap in the streets. Phil told them that all future titles will be Xbox exclusives. Stewart is apparently surprised by the decision and also talks to Booty about the financial implications. Quote, we're going to have problems in the business model as we take a large number of horsepower units out of the model, not putting it on a Switch or PlayStation, 200 million. Stewart continues. From this, it can be concluded that Microsoft and the Xbox division still expected their profit forecasts that a few Bethesda games will still appear for PlayStation even after the takeover. So you see, there is a difference of thought here. The money man is like, dude, we just spent $7 billion. We need to get that money back. And Phil's like, no, we spent $7 billion to take it away. The problem is the install base of the PlayStation and Switch are so large. That is a huge chunk of potential customers that you are restricting. You know, the thing that you say you shouldn't put these things behind the box and keep it there away from other people. You're not buying Bethesda to take games away. We heard those were lies as well. When Phil went in there, job number one, Booty went in there clapping the streets, opened that ass, and told them, stop making Redfall PS5, stop making Redfall Starfield, cut it out. You are making an Xbox game. Stewart didn't like that. So, Frogs, let me ask you first. Frog, what do you think about this situation that they are now addressing, leaning more to Stewart's side in the sense of they got to make their money on these games? They're not doing well where they currently are, even though they're everywhere.
Personally, I think that they've always... Wait, you can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Just want to make sure. Okay, personally, I think they've always wanted to, when they realized and this is my opinion, I think with the Xbox One, when they realized, hey, we're not going to catch up in no way, shape, or form, we can't compete with the quality of games that are coming out. When they dove into Game Pass, I think they thought that subscription model would take off really quick, and when they realized it was not taking off as quick and as big as they thought it was going to take off, I think they had it in, because you got to remember, there are a lot of games that were supposed to be multi-plat. Gears was going to be a multi-plat when PS4 and Xbox One came out, and Microsoft went and bought the IP. People forget this. Ori Moon Studios wanted that to be a multi-plat. There's a lot of games that were supposed to be multi-plats. In some way, shape, or form, they were stopped on both sides, but particularly on Xbox side. So I think at this point now, it's the best benefit of, and it's going to sound selfish, but it's the best benefit of gaming. Like, you can't beat them, join them. Like, you can continue to release your Xbox hardware and stuff, and put your stuff in Game Pass, and people can get there and subscribe to it. But when you get a game like, for instance, when you get a game like Starfield, and it comes out and you have the opportunity to sell it, or you have the opportunity to come out with it and it to be its own, thing. I don't know, like, it's going to be on its own merits, and it's either Game Pass is going to show you the game is really good or it isn't, or PlayStation, Nintendo, the sales on there are going to show you how well, because I think that people, if they don't receive the game well, it won't sell, right? But I think that you have a big enough fan base with the Bethesda fan base, they would have bought Starfield 10 million copies easy on PlayStation. I think Microsoft shot themselves in the foot, realizing that game was going to be on PlayStation, and said, you know what? It's not going to be exclusive for no 6 months to a year. We'll just buy the whole company. I think they panic. I think that it doesn't hurt them becoming third party. It doesn't hurt them becoming. It doesn't hurt them being a publisher as much as it would hurt, some other corporations. Like, it benefits them because they got so much money. Because guess what? At the end of the day, we're not going to look at the perception of Xbox games being on PlayStation, Nintendo's being a bad thing, because this is a $1 trillion company. When you're looking at PlayStation and Nintendo games being everywhere else, that company, that's the lineage of that company being dead, And I think at the end of the day, as much as people want to fanboy, and there's no console war anymore, so I don't know why people are trying to war. The war, you can't fight a war you can't win.
They want the comeback moment, war. The Rocky Balboa story.
But there's no the comeback moment. The comeback moment. The comeback moment for them is we're rebooting Gears from the ground up, a whole new Gears IP, and it's everywhere. The comeback moment for them is we're rebooting Halo from the ground up, and it's going to be everywhere.
They tried that already.
That's their comeback moment. They can't get. That's the only thing, to me, at this point, that saves those IPs. It doesn't matter how exclusive it is to Xbox and it's in Game Pass day one. We see Halo, their biggest franchises are failing because of the service. People will say it's not because of Game Pass. No, their biggest IPs are failing because of Game Pass.
I think that's part of it.
And that's part of it. But the other thing is they're not at a level of production that they used to be. They just aren't.
Yeah. Okay, I want to say something, right?
Yeah,
go ahead.
I think it is Game Pass, right? But if we remember, before Game Pass existed, they were having issues selling games. They paid $100 million for Tomb Raider, didn't get a return on that investment. They built a brand new IP with Insomniac and that what was that game called?
Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah, Insomniac, Sunset Overdrive, right?
Yeah.
That didn't sell well. In fact, Insomniac only made $500 on that game. So they were spending the money to get these exclusive games. Quantum Break, same thing, didn't sell well, right? So then they had to pivot, right? They had to come up with something because they had to pivot. They weren't selling console, the fan base weren't buying games. They pivoted over to Game Pass, right? But that service hasn't really taken off like they wanted it to. So now you got a situation where now your consoles are down double-digit % every quarter, year over year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so your consoles aren't selling. You can't sell games. You can't move Game Pass. What else can they do? Release some of their games on other platforms. It's still a business, right? Game Pass is not a charity. Xbox is not a charity, right? It's a business.
It's a business.
So,
and they just spent $77 billion.
Right. They panicked.
They're not charity work, yeah.
They panicked whenever they heard that Sony was making a deal to get exclusivity rights to Starfield and just bought Bethesda ZeniMax, right?
Yeah.
But, I mean...
Sony got to exclusives without buying the company, too,
right? The PC thing ain't working, right? They're putting their games on PC. What else can they do?
Yeah. And if you want, Link, they also tried putting their games on PC in their store so they can make all their money back from those games, and that didn't work. They pivoted again and put Master Chief Collection in Steam, and from there, they put every game in Steam since then, bypassing their Windows Store, only really using for Game Pass. So again, that's a pivot, and that was outside of their ecosystem. That was their first their first break outside of the Windows Microsoft storefront. They said, put it on Steam. Let's just pay Steam the percentage of royalties and we'll sell the game there because they're not coming to our store. So now that was a pivot. And I wanted to share what you were talking about with this whole strategy, because you could see the difference that this thing that I'm showing here was in 2021 with the ZeniMax deal. But the mentality here in 2019, here's the email from Matt Booty to Stewart. This is very telling, and this is where I mean about that internal struggle that's going on. So this is the one where he said about offsetting and building exclusivity. Because I think, this is my thing, I don't know if you guys agree, I think Phil and Matt Booty understand the importance of exclusivity, even though Phil, wishy-washes it half and all the time. But I think him and Matt Booty understand exclusivity, especially from this email. And I don't think Microsoft Business understands that. They're like, no, just put it everywhere. Let's get our money back. There's a bunch of customers sitting there who could play our game, and we're holding it from them. But in this email, in 2019, you could hear, and he goes, thanks for sharing. I'm going to read this part. A different view to the general view below might be that we, Microsoft, in our unique position to go spend Sony out of business. Now, I know a lot of people stopped right there saying, look at Matt Booty, said spend out of business. But if you read on, you will see exactly the internal struggle that's going on. He says, if we think video game content matters in 10 years, we might look back and say totally it would have been worth to lose $2 to $3 billion in 2020 to avoid a situation where Tencent, Google, and Amazon, and even Sony have become the Disney of games and own most valuable content. For example, it's impossible to know that a new video streaming service could be at scale at this point. Content is what's based on. So he says things like Hulu, CBS All Access, which is now Paramount Plus, will be trivial in the space. In games, Google 3 to 4 years away from having a studio up and running. They misread that one. Amazon has shown no ability to execute on game content. Content is one moat that we have in terms of a catalog that runs on current devices and the capability to create new. Sony is really the only other player who can compete with Game Pass, and we have a 2-year and 10 million sub lead on that. If we reverse course on the day and date, it's going to be hard to convince folks that we, like Mixer or xCloud, have much of a chance of surviving scrutiny either. What he's saying is content matters. The content is what they have that they could drive people to. And if it's worth losing money now for the content, well, in order to have content, they need to have uniqueness, exclusive stuff that brings you to their service. But if they go put those games everywhere like Stewart wants, they lose the ability to offer unique content to grow. The exclusivity is what drives the uniqueness of their service. And if they take those games that make their service unique and go put them other competition, then there is no hope for that competition to come to that service because you're just feeding them where they are. And that's where Stewart wants to go. And Matt Booty and Phil are trying to create the exclusives. And that's what I think you guys were saying, in the sense that I think Phil's time is up. And I always said this. What is Satya's number? Microsoft is going to play the game and trust Phil only so far. And every step of the way, it has come to a brick wall. There is no growth in the consoles. There's no growth in Game Pass that's significant. There has hit a stagnant wall. They are everywhere, and they're not seeing the numbers, and they're spending. And like you said, Link, they are a business. They are not going to say here, oh, well, let's give them all the games. Woohoo. No. And now you see this internal struggle. Stuart could care less about content. He's like, put it everywhere. And Matt Booty and Phil are like, no. It's worth it just to have it. And there you go. But the minds have shifted over
Listen, at the end of the day, right. So what's happening is
the money's not coming in, or it's not showing.
And you know what they said? What did Phil say? These games will only appear where Game Pass is, right?
Yep. That's
Remember
what he
said that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Phil and Sony have said Game Pass is not coming to the PlayStation platform.
They don't want it.
Or the Nintendo platform. They don't want it.
They don't want it.
So if these games release on these consoles, these Xbox exclusive games release there, then what Phil said a lie?
No.
Or did the business strategy just change?
The business strategy changed because we sit here and talk about it all the time. Every time we see their financials, how do you release games and not have console growth? How does the game not drive your console? You had nothing in 2022, and your 2023 console sales year over year were less than the year before when you had content. That content is not driving your console. So we're looking at it and seeing that. You can imagine what Satya and Tim Stewart must be like, Phil, I told you so. I told you so, Phil. They don't want to come to us for the exclusives. We need to go to them. And Phil's like, oh, but then we lose leverage. It's like, I don't care, Phil. We are not making the promises that you said by nobody's coming to us. We have to go to them. And they learned their lesson with PC. Nobody was coming to the Windows Store, so they had to go there to the Steam store where the gamers were. And now, unfortunately, the gamers for them are on the Switch and on PlayStation. PC can only carry them so far. And if PC was going to offset the lack of console sales, they would have been fine. But I don't think they tried that bet, and I don't think that bet's working too hot either. And you got to be honest, like the games that they make, mostly, besides the Bethesda game, Starfield, are mostly a console-esque type game. Third person over the shoulder, that's not typical PC, because they're different customers. You could play it on PC, but a lot of times, the games that they are making are definitely console of origin because they have a console for their first party. So a lot of their games will be driven to their business, right? Of a console. They make some PC games. They tried with Gears Tactics and stuff, but that install base is too large for them to ignore, and it's just going to get worse because they're not doing anything to move people from a Switch or PlayStation to an Xbox. They didn't bundle Starfield with a console. So that install base is just growing. And you're telling me a Switch 2, a PlayStation Pro, and Microsoft sits here with their hands on their lap. That install base is going to go poof. And what are they going to say? Well, we're not putting it over there. Tim Stewart's going to have a conniption. He's a big stutter and Satya. We're losing
Well,
money.
well, here's the other thing, Jazz, and a lot of people, when they say, "Oh, it's coming to one of their competition consoles," and everybody always says Switch. It may come to Switch, but we know it's not going to sell there. Look at what Ori did on Switch. It didn't sell well. So, and we know where it would sell. We know, and this is why I always, when they say, "Oh, it's coming to Switch," and people say, "Thank God it's not PlayStation," I'm like, why wouldn't you want it to be PlayStation? It's the leading console. Like, do people realize that Switch games, they only really sell their big games or their first party games? They don't sell third party or second party games that big. It's only first party. So you will want this game to be somewhere where it's going to sell and it's going to be able to possibly, ignite a fan base that wasn't there. That's why I look at Ori and I'm like, Ori was a missed opportunity for them not to bring it to, Moon Studios said they would have bought it there, but the problem was Microsoft owned it and they didn't want it there. They only want it on Switch.
They went through their phases.
So Microsoft clearly can tell you we don't see these people as competition. But guess what? They directly do. When they bring a game like Ori to the Switch, but they won't bring it to PS4, you directly know this is your competition. Because why wouldn't you bring it there? If they're not competition, you bring it to the Switch. Why wouldn't you bring it? Microsoft knows what they're doing. They're in Xbox, the Xbox, the way the Xbox is designed. It all goes back to what Phil Spencer said, and I totally agree with the one thing he said that was right. They lost the generation they needed to win, and it was the Xbox One generation because 360. People trying to relive those 360 days, but 360 and correct me if I'm wrong, is the only generation that you can go into a store and people really had a hard dilemma whether they were going to get a PS3 or a 360 because they equally had stuff that the other one didn't. PS2 generation dominated. PS1 generation dominated. PS4 generation dominated. PS5 right now is dominating. So it's not like you can go into a store and you ask somebody behind the desk what's what. They, for the most part, people are going to tell you, well, and I agree with a lot of stuff Porterock said. Porterock said something that I've been saying for years. A lot of things that are associated with PlayStation were third-party games that were only exclusive to PlayStation because they were the leading console for so long.
Oh yeah, PS2.
Until 360 came along, there was no Tekken. There was no. A lot of the games were associated with PlayStation. So until 360 came along,
GTA? I remember GTA 3.
Exactly. See what I'm saying?
You couldn't get that.
That was associated with PlayStation.
Yeah.
And so and it goes back to that whole thing. It's like people are crazy to think if Gears of War, I'm giving an example, rebooted from the ground up, and it comes to PlayStation, it's going to do well. Number one, it's not just not going to be associated with Xbox. They're just gonna freaking find a new audience, and they're gonna be able to reinvigorate that brand. So it benefits that brand. But like I said before, Microsoft, Xbox Game Studios, they're the kind of people. They're the kid at the court. I'm taking my ball home. Nobody's gonna play. And instead of saying, you know what, we really can't play that well, we might as well just have everybody play with us. Why not? We're not doing anything that well anyway. Yeah. Why not? Why not just play with everybody?
And you're right. Like
you're a $1 trillion company. It doesn't hurt. It does not hurt them to put games everywhere. It would hurt Nintendo and Sony a little bit more because of the way their studios and the way the stuff they got behind them. It doesn't hurt them. Actually, it really wouldn't even hurt Nintendo as much because Nintendo, all they do is games. It would definitely hurt Sony. So what I'm saying is, like, you're a $1 trillion company. You're getting outsold almost 4-1, 7-1 in some regions. You cannot make a comeback. I don't care what you do right now. You cannot make a comeback without good software.
Mm-hmm.
You're not getting.
And that's what he said.
After that Insomniac leak, you're not getting anything. Sony is the marvel of gaming. You're not getting that quality of stuff. So at this point, if I saw that and I was them, I would say, slowly but surely, we need to bring some of our franchises. Halo's dead. What do you do? What do you do to bring Halo back? Reboot that franchise from the get-go. Put it on PlayStation. Put it on the Switch 2, whatever. It's reinvigorated. People are talking about it. It's cross-play. It's this is that. Redo the same thing with Gears. All your franchises that lost their luster, you can bring back. You can bring them back, but guess what? You're playing this game of, it's my ball, and I'm going to take my ball and go home and leave everybody at the court without a ball just because you want to be selfish. I would say the same thing about Nintendo. I would say the same thing about PlayStation. If they were in the same situation, like maybe they need to leave the industry in a different way. This is a multi-trillion-dollar company that it doesn't really effectively hurt them. They make more money by putting it in other places. I don't see how anybody could sit there and whine and cry and say, well, my Xbox is going to be irrelevant. Well, you still got a PlayStation to play it on. You can go play all your games. You're a so-called gamer. You can go play your Gears of War, your Halo, all these games you wanted to play. You can play them on PlayStation or Switch too. You don't have to keep playing on an Xbox that no longer may want to produce games. Or guess what? Maybe Microsoft says, this is what we're going to do. If it's on our brand, it's going to be thrown into a service so we can build that service. The other brands, they just got to buy it.
Yeah, but if
maybe
they have it in the
evens out
service,
like that.
Frog, and put it on the other platforms, then the whole importance or uniqueness of that service kind of gets watered down.
It goes away.
It's the same thing with exclusives. Like,
Jazz,
you know, it's
totally agree with you.
Games.
I totally agree with you. But at this point, there's only one or two ways they can go about this.
And I think you're right. Like
put their stuff everywhere. Put their stuff everywhere, or put it everywhere and then Game Pass their self.
And I think
so. My whole thing is, if they really want to save their self, and I've been saying this for years, the only way they save their self, especially in this generation, looking at it now, reinvigorate their self and try something new. Take your small, not your big titles like your Halo and your Gears. Take your Ori, take your Sea of Thieves, take your HIFI Rush, take those games and put them on PlayStation and Switch. See how they do. You know, will people like it? No, they're not gonna like it. But the fact of the matter is,
but if they're just sitting there and not getting growth, they're gonna.
If you start seeing people actively want these games and play these games on these platforms, you know, like maybe this is the way to go. Maybe multi-plat because we got Activision. Maybe this is just the way to go.
Man, the writing is on the wall.
I agree.
Right? Xbox,
it's dead.
Well,
Jesus,
it's dead. Straight. Yeah, the hardware is dead.
They own a ton of publishers, man, and they are poised to be a great third-party publisher when they get out of the hardware business, and I think they are headed there. I've been saying this all gen. I wouldn't be surprised if this is the last Xbox hardware we get.
Well, speaking of that, did you see the back and forth right here? Oh man, did he delete it? He better not delete it because I want to.
Tom Warren?
Yeah, did you see this?
Yeah, he deleted his tweets, but people screenshotted it.
Oh man, because he went on a tirade, man. I think they told him to take it down.
Did.
And you know, he basically that whole stagnant thing. I think he deleted that because Matt Pescatelli.
He had a lot of good.
Yeah,
he had a lot of good points.
Even
though.
Matt. Oh yeah, he ripped. He went crazy here because he went.
Dude, he had a lot of good points. I don't understand.
He deleted.
How can you look at this man and his points and be mad at his points when what he's saying is true?
And that was spreading about the stagnant Game Pass stuff. He deleted that tweet, but that is true. He's like they stagnated their Game Pass because he was going after Paul Tassi, who was saying like, I guess console sales don't matter or Game Pass subscribers don't matter anymore. And he's like, they've stagnated.
What Game Pass subscribers?
Yeah, he deleted the whole thread.
We need to stop. We need to stop this thing of they're going to come back as a game. They're not moving. They would have told us by now. We know how they work.
Yeah, I need those.
That subscription number is bad.
Look at the screenshot.
You got to think. You got to think about. People got to think. People got to think about this. How do you grow subscription numbers? And let's think about this. How do your subscription numbers grow that drastically when PlayStation 5 is already selling 50 million? You're still in the 20s, and you're making those subscription numbers from Xbox One, PC, and Series systems.
I'm gonna DM it through.
Like that's not that many people.
Right. And that's the thing, Frog. Like I think they pivoted. Like they changed because they went. Oh, hell, Link sending them because I want to see that.
Look, that's why I got a Series X for $200. Jazz, this is why I got a Series X for $200 brand new this holiday.
Dude.
Because they know what's coming.
You just made
They
the
know
list.
what's coming.
This is what he said. So let me get these super chats, and then I show you what Tom Warren laid in here. And he deleted the whole thread about this thing. But it was going on all day. So Veggie with the 65, he goes 15% from what?
You just
Precedent
made the list.
doesn't say anything to anybody. If you only give us precedence to us, you still need to give the number of accountability. And he's talking about the 15% of Game Pass. Like, I don't see it growing more than the 15%.
You just made the list.
What he was saying was that 15% of what? Right, Veggie? That's the thing. 15% of what? Is 15% of a small amount, 15% of a big amount? We don't know.
You just made the list.
But he don't see Game Pass growing to be more impactful to the gaming business. He just says it was very modest in that whole thing. And that was 2 years ago. So you can imagine where they are right now. They haven't talked about numbers at all. And then the Claymores comes in with the 10. He goes, we've been hearing next year is Xbox's year for almost a decade. And it hasn't happened. Starfield, Redfall, and Forza all being
Every
trash.
single year.
And Xbox's most hype year was the final straw. And Claymores, I agree. I don't think there's anything right now, and I've said this on my previous show, right now, Microsoft IP-wise, that they have that's at the level of the hype of Starfield. Starfield was that game that really was supposed to turn the needle for them, and it came and went like a fart in the wind. And modders, dude, like the modders are not even hanging around. The game dropped off the PC charts. It was, we checked it on last time. It was like in the 80 of a top 100 on sale. The modders were supposed to fix the game. They turned it into a service game, saying every 6 months, so 6 weeks, they're going to add something to it. Things that should have been there already. Like, it's really not a good. If you are the person that gave Phil the money to go spend, it's like giving your kids like money to go buy something, and they come back. I was like, yo, here's $200. Go get yourself something special at the store. And meanwhile, the kids come back with like friggin' a bunch of pieces of bubble gum. And you're like, what the hell? Like, they gave Phil $7 billion, and he's like, I'm gonna give you Starfield, everybody. And Starfield
he came back with Hubba Bubba.
Hubba Bubba. He came back with Hubba Bubba. And he's like, but you don't remember you're
my number one customer.
You're my number one customer. I was like, Phil, no, you can talk all the bullshit you want, Phil. Where's our money? You know?
Yeah, I mean, they got to listen. They're not going to keep spending billions and billions of dollars and not making returns on these investments, right? The Xbox ecosystem is not enough. The Xbox hardware is not selling. How do you generate more Game Pass subs when you can't sell hardware?
And you can't put Game Pass there.
Right. Yeah, they feel like PC is a good place to grow it, but PC gamers would prefer to buy the game on Steam than to play it on the Game Pass service. So, I mean, you got to make money back. You got to,
and
I don't care. People want to say Microsoft is a $2 trillion company. You don't become a $2 trillion company by pissing away billions of dollars.
No way.
You just don't do that.
And that's a lot. That was the biggest acquisition. That was not that was $70 billion. That's why they made all those claims that, hey, Call of Duty stay, because they probably said, yeah, you're not pulling Call of Duty off a PlayStation. Like, we're not losing that money. Like, we're not giving you money and you're taking it off the biggest place where it's selling. We got to make some of that money back. And that's why and the thing is that they did not take the time to build what they had with the Xbox community or that Xbox console and give them the quality stuff to expand. They tried to rush out to the fields too fast, went to a bunch of people, gave games to them that they couldn't care less about these games, and Microsoft just threw it to a bunch of people that didn't care. It was like saying free hamburgers to a bunch of vegans. It doesn't work. Like, it doesn't matter if you're giving it to the little Timmy on a phone. He don't know what a gear is. He don't know who the hell Master Chief is. But you wasting your time putting it over there, and that dude's not giving you the time of day. But you basically diluted your market by putting it places where people don't know you yet and don't know what you represent. Like, that's why you need to start with your core, who appreciates that IP, who appreciates that stuff, who knows those franchises, and have the word of mouth spread. And that takes time, and that takes quality games. And that's the thing that you've been struggling with, is that you have yet to make those games that travel by word of mouth in quality. You got to play this. Check this game out. You need to try this. And the word spreads slowly, but it gets out there to little Timmy.
Whoa.
I'm just telling you, that's how it works. That's how word of mouth works.
Lot of spreading there, Jez.
Spreading, right? Spread eagle. But I'm telling you, you do not go to the casuals and go, hey, check out Gears. It's like, who? Why you no, they don't know who that is. You got to make them know who that is. And that's their problem. They went to the casuals and just bypassed their core audience. That's why you constantly see a bunch of Xbox fans online, all of them talking about feeling second class, feeling like this is unfair. You promised us exclusives. And Microsoft has been, I've said this so many times before, Phil Spencer's been friggin' tramp stamping that ass, man. He's been tucking you in at night and then going going out to party, man. He really comes down, he kisses the babies, hugs the grandmas, comes out with Sarah Bond. Oh, Xbox guys, Fan Fest. Greenberg, get out there, do your friggin' belly whop. Whoa, show them the refrigerator. And everybody's like, go, Phil. And they're all chanting his name, and they all like, this is a great community.
Phil Spencer! Phil Spencer! Phil Spencer, baby, let's go!
This, what does this get you? How do you scream for the guy who's not giving you games? I don't get it. I don't understand that. I can never understand an excitement for a man right there. Oh my God, J-Dub's been waiting. Oh crap, sorry J-Dub. Didn't even know, man. Pulling him in here. Welcome to the J-Dubs. Dude, you just came in right on cue with the Phil Spencer craziness, man.
Yes, sir.
Dude, it's been a wild day, man. Tom Warren deleting those tweets.
What up, J-Dub?
What's good? What's good, panel? What's good up? What's good, my
up,
brothers?
Jay?
All the grind this in the chat.
They're wild tonight, man.
Listen,
wild.
Jez, I got to give you your flowers, brother. For the last 2 years, you have been telling these guys this is where I was going to lead to, and they ignored you. They ignored me and everybody else on the panel that's kind of been saying the exact same thing.
Yep.
And the crazy thing about it is they've been ignoring even some of these journalists out here that's been saying this is exactly what it is. And the day came where, I don't know who started it first, but somebody put a buzz, on Twitter, just a little buzz about what could happen. And then come to find out, all of these journalists and everybody kind of knew this information. They had just been quiet about it. They didn't want to be the first to say it. Once one person said it, now everybody's coming out. Yeah, I heard this game here, and I heard that game there, and this game here. And it's like, Jesus. So you guys knew all of this shit all along. You knew all these games were being prepped for Nintendo and PlayStation. You knew that this Activision Blizzard deal wasn't going to change anything. As a matter of fact, according to Phil Spencer, it was going to help them speed up the process to where they are. And listen, you got Xbox dudes fighting Xbox dudes. They're yelling, they're screaming. You got Xbox journalists fighting another Xbox journalist. I mean, today has been a very entertaining day. And of course, we've been egging it on, but
sure. I know I've seen you, man. It's been wild.
Yeah, you got people leaving
in that
Xbox
spaces,
community.
dude. Yo, when you would go in those spaces with Uni, man, and you would go in like, hey, man, Phil Spencer, tell me where to play. It's Phil Spencer. Like,
Exactly.
Dude, we don't want these games, but Phil's making us play them. I don't know. He wants.
Yes, I went in a couple of. I normally do not go into Xbox Twitter Spaces, right? But I went into a few in incognito mode, and the conversations I was hearing. Man, it's about to be a civil war for real. This shit's crazy.
It is.
It is. And listen,
yeah,
if you think it's bad, if you think it's bad now, this is just the beginning. It's going to get much worse.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're hoping and praying, right? They're hoping and praying that these are just rumors, even though we know it's not rumor, right? This shit is set in stone. The dams and I keep telling these guys,
you're right. Like, why would those other people go? I heard Sea of Thieves. We didn't. The leak wasn't even Sea of Thieves.
Exactly.
Tom Warren
My
put a
thing
whole
is-
article out there. I got to read with a free.
Look, I called Starfield.
Frogs call
day
Starfield.
one because
You're getting those
Yeah,
flowers.
I said that's coming to play. Yeah, I said that's coming to play.
Wait.
I said
Nobody gets credit for Starfield like me because I
they
was
bring up
on
your
record
tweet.
saying yeah, exactly. My tweet is infamous for being out there. Now, here's the thing. If that game does come, the moment it's announced, oh my God, it's going to be.
we
you
already
guys
know-
ain't seen
we-
that.
No, that's the end. Like that's
It's
gonna
good.
be yeast.
Yeah, and here's the thing: you got Sea of Thieves, you got Hi-Fi Rush, you got As Dusk Falls, you got potentially Starfield is one we heard the name, but there was another. There's two more.
There's another one here. I have
ZeniMax
Zubies.
games.
Yeah, I have your tweet here from.
Well, the rumor was a Valve may come to PlayStation also.
Well, there's something called Project 2022 and
and Project 2023
and 2023 B id Software. That's the one.
One is supposed to be the next Doom, and then another one is Starfield.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be honest, guys. Whether smoke,
this
there's
is
fire.
Sanjay
Think
Begami.
about
This
it.
one's this one's Redfall. This one's not Redfall. This is a Hi-Fi Rush. And then the other one, 23B, seems to be something from id Software. This is from the Australian ratings board showing PC, PS4, Nintendo Switch, Xbox, and PS5. Man, they even supporting the PS4. Holy crap.
Yeah, dude.
Everywhere.
I'm telling you.
Everywhere.
Yeah, listen, man, we've been around long enough where there's smoke, there's always fire.
Exactly. And here's the thing. What's going to stop them from, let's just say these are 5 or 6 games. There is, once they put one game there, you might as well put them all there because they're all just going to come flock. It's just people saying, well, maybe it's just going to be smaller titles and maybe not bigger titles. I'm like, dude, they've been bragging for years. Sea of Thieves is one of the biggest and the highest selling and engaged
Housefly won't die, man. Please.
Games that Xbox has. Well, if that's coming to the Switch and PlayStation, and here's another thing: we got a PlayStation 5 Pro coming this year. We got a Switch 2 coming this year. Xbox ain't got shit coming this year.
Mm-hmm.
That tells you where they're trying to head to. And because of the leak, it showed the spec of their next allegedly next generation console.
That was the
it's
one.
a fucking mobile. It's a damn ARM chip. It's a cell phone chip.
Tom Warren said
the
that.
Streaming cloud. Their next generation console. The streaming cloud.
I got
Stream stick.
Dude, I gotta learn how to
Fire
screenshot
stick.
people instead of doing bookmarks because they delete their tweets.
Yeah,
Tom Warren said
I screenshot, man.
the next. Give me that one with the ARM chip because he says because he was going back and forth with Paul Tassi and that was the one I wanted to show here.
It's in the one I sent you.
But there's also he said it at the bottom with their. You missed the bottom part where he said, "Well, their next console is an ARM chip." And that tells you where they're going anyway, because he was trying to show why Game Pass is anything. And he's like, I guess that don't matter. And then after he said Game Pass subs already dried up a long time ago. You don't. Oh, no, that's it. I'm sorry. You're right, Link. I didn't read it all. See? Shame on me. So he goes, Game Pass subs already, because Paul Tassi was like, what kind of strategy is this? And he's like, they've been spelling out for years. Console sales don't matter, which... Anyway, it don't matter until it does, but Phil says the console is the most important customer, the one that spends the most, and that's their premium customer. Well, they don't care about the premium customer anymore. That's what he's saying. And then Tassi goes, Game Pass subs don't matter either. And then Tom Warren slaps back and goes, Game Pass subs already dried up on console a long time ago. You don't get growth through just targeting console sales. The next Xbox is hybrid ARM architecture. That's basically a mobile processor. That's an ARM chip. That's basically a cell phone.
It's going to be some kind of cloud gaming console.
That should tell you
the USB
all
dongle.
you need to know. And Frog, I think
That's
we
the
were
USB
talking about
dongle.
it, or I was talking about it with Zuby last week, in the sense that are they going to chase the power in their next console? But no, they got to race to the bottom to promote cloud.
They're not.
They got to go the other way because they need to promote cloud.
You know why? You know why they're not? Because they released the Series S, and that's their best-selling console.
They got to go
so,
that way.
Yeah, and so what I'm saying is, they're not chasing the power narrative anymore. They're just like, yo, as long as we can get these in the houses and get subs, they don't care about power anymore. They don't care.
Yeah, wait. Jazz Corden, the fake Jazz, not the real
bootleg,
Jazz.
yeah, bootleg.
Yeah, not the real Jazz. Bootleg
the
Jazz.
bootleg,
Bootleg
got it.
Jazz.
Yeah, the bootleg Jazz. He just tweeted out about an
He
hour
blocked
ago.
me,
He
so
said,
bootleg blocked me.
well, good. I can screenshot and send to you.
Yeah,
But
send
he
that to
says,
me.
I think Xbox sees a future where content across PlayStation and Xbox is almost 1-to-1. He says we're not far off from that right now, and people pick their ecosystem like iOS and Android. He said, "Why do you pick iOS over Android and vice versa?" So he's already accepting.
Wow, he
that
changed
this
the
is
whole.
what's going on.
Do you got his previous tweet? Because he
Yeah,
completely
his
did a
narrative
180.
changed.
Yes,
Yeah, he did.
yes. I'm going to
he
see
did a
you both.
180. He did a 180.
I'm going to see you both because just literally days ago, literally a couple of days ago, when the rumor first got started, he said Xbox games come to PlayStation. Oh, that's a fan.
Yeah, it's a
He
fanboy's.
said that's
Yeah,
a fanboy something
yeah, I know.
dream or something like that. Now all of a sudden, yeah, this is the way it's kind of going, guys. So I'm going to send you
Yeah,
that there.
because they send me
And,
that one because
I just
I bookmark them. But you're right, like how Steven Totillo came out and was like, Sea of Thieves is coming out. Like, you're right. All of a sudden, and this is the thing that grinds me up too. It's like they know this stuff, but they wait for a leak or something. Who knows if that's not an alternate account or something to then they will jump on.
And let me tell you why, right? And this is kind of being fair to them. They don't want to be the first because they're all clicking in with Phil and Microsoft.
Blacklisted. Yeah,
they don't want to lose.
Yep.
Yeah, they don't want to lose their connection with with Phil and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so they'll sit on this stuff. They'll sit on this stuff and they'll wait till somebody else to go out there and then they'll come. The
and they all
cavalry
jump
comes
on it.
running
Just like
in.
we hear about studio issues. Like 343 was fine until there wasn't, and they're fine. No, there was no issues with Redfall until releases, and it's like, oh yeah, the studios was in turmoil. I heard about it. It's like, fuck, where were you?
And let's face it, most of them are bullshit. Jess, you can check your
I'm gonna
check
check
the
it out.
Discord.
Oh, Discord.
I'll put it there. I'll put both of them there.
All right.
This one here, the grind your where it says grind your gears.
Yeah.
They'll come in and they'll say, well, yeah, I knew that and this and that, but they don't want to jump out there first.
No, they don't want to do it
because they're afraid that Phil is going to remove that access that he has to them. Like, I'm gonna be honest. I still don't think that Phil Spencer did an interview with Jez Corden over the whole after the CFO test.
Damage control, Mickey Mouse.
Because
I don't think so either.
It's conveniently the next
he didn't
day.
even really address. He didn't really even address what the issues were.
No,
exactly.
He's like, Game Pass is not
He
coming.
said
That was the
Game
quote.
Pass is not coming.
It was such a damage control interview. Oh, if he did it.
Now look at this. Exactly.
No, Xbox isn't porting console exclusive PlayStation. It's hard. It's hopium from fanboys. First off, hopium. We've been asking for quality games, dude. Like, it's not like Microsoft. They're sitting on like a Spider-Man or some friggin' like God of War. Like, we finally got some games from them, and it's crazy that they can't even let the Xbox fans buy them and grow and do that. And that's what pissed off a lot of people, dude. Because now,
what's crazy, Jazz?
What's
crazy, Jazz? We're about to get that Redfall Blade Edition.
Yes, everybody. You know what? They got to get Redfall out there, everybody, because that's the prequel to Blade. We need to play the prequel before we play Blade, so we got to play Redfall.
Like, I don't understand people, man. Like, and I bought that fucking trash.
Bro, you always buy it and then you try to sell it to people.
Wait a minute, you bought?
Dude, I tried because
he bought the Xbox.
No, so okay,
And
so
he bought Redfall.
I bought Redfall when it was on sale. It was on sale for like I think $10, and I shouldn't have did it, right? And this is after I played in Game Pass and I realized it didn't work. Everybody's like, it got better, and I was like, oh, it's $10. I'm gonna buy it. That game is still ass. Then I purchased Starfield because I'm a big Elder Scrolls like Fallout fan. Do I like Starfield? Yeah, I do like Starfield, but it's a Bethesda game. It's a Bethesda in outer space game. Like, it is what it is. Like, I'm not mad.
You didn't buy Redfall because you don't like Arcane.
No. I
don't.
I hate Arcane.
You don't like that?
No,
big
I think
hands.
Arcane makes horrible. I think Arcane makes horrible games.
Bleedful.
I think they make horrible games. People always say, no,
look at this bootleg. Like, look at this stuff. Like,
they make horrible
how
games.
does this guy go? The flip side is by like some games will go multi-platform, and then he goes, I think Xbox sees a future where content across PlayStation and Xbox is 1-to-1. I mean, we're not far off of that right now, and people pick their ecosystem. Like, this Like, why the back and forth? Like, this is the thing that drives me crazy. It's like, I don't understand.
It's hopium. It's hopium.
Well, Jacob,
Hopium from
I don't
him.
understand how they go when Sony was putting some of the games on PC. It's like everybody should play the game. The exclusives suck and all. And now the same people that ride that everybody games go everywhere, but don't go on PlayStation or Nintendo. That's the whole thing. Was like, our games go everywhere, but not on PlayStation and Nintendo. Then that's not everywhere. But now, if they go there,
because you got too many people riding the green dick monster, and they need to stop. That's the problem. Too many people riding Phil Spencer's dick. They need to stop.
It just drives me crazy because the thing is that they celebrated the stuff that we were scratching our heads on, going, no, dude, that's not good for the brand. If you are an Xbox fan, this is not good for the thing that you like. Like, how are you riding this train when this will lead to possibly the demise of the console? Like, how can you not just say, I'm sick? No, this is not the right way, man. Buy those companies and make that shit exclusive, because we should stomp out Sony with the IP that we have. And now that they have the IP, they're just sharing it out to the competition, and it's grinding their gears.
Listen, the console war, it's over. It's been over.
It's been over.
It's in the coffin. Xbox is in the coffin, man.
And they riding something, Jazz, but I don't know if it's a train.
They're riding the line. Oh, damn.
I'll tell you this.
It's just sad, man. It's a sad day.
We see the writing on the wall. We see the plans. Phil is kind of, he's been saying this for quite some time, but he hasn't been super direct. He's been roundabout telling them this is where we're going. The CFO just came out and said what he said because he was talking to investors and bankers, right? So he had no choice. He doesn't pussyfoot around with it. And for those that don't know, if you're not in the corporate sphere and you don't know how corporations run, the CFO is the guy he runs the money. He's the purse. He gets to say what money goes where and where it's allocated. And where the money goes is where the decision goes. So yeah, Phil can say something or whatever, but if Tim Stewart doesn't put money somewhere, it's not going there. So Tim Stewart said, hey, he putting his money on PlayStation, Nintendo. That's where he's heading his bets. And guess what? That's where Xbox is going. And Phil is the PR piece, right? He's the mouthpiece to try to keep you guys from storming the Capitol. So he'll tell you what you want to hear in a light, smooth. You know what I'm saying? This is why you hang out with
signs your ass at FanFest.
This is why he flies you out and wines you and dines you, right?
Yep.
Before the okie doke comes. And Satya, he's a no frills type guy. He's all in on cloud. He just wants the money. He's a money guy. He's a big
he's a money guy. Thank you.
He's a cloud guy. He don't see importance or exclusivity. Exactly. With him, Office went on iPads, right? Like they didn't.
Xbox is a nuisance to him, right? Because he doesn't make any money on the hardware. He doesn't really make much money on the software anyway. But he has to, they have a plan, and until they're finally transitioned into one direction, he has to. He's the first actual CEO of the company to actually step down from his position, come down and say, yeah, I believe in this product and I'm doing this on this product. This product should speak for itself.
Exactly.
But it doesn't.
No.
And so that's why you can, when that happened, when Satya said that, that's how you know it was full of shit. Now, a lot of people want to say, well, they just spent $100 billion just to get out of gaming. They're not going to get out of gaming. They're going to be the world's largest third-party publisher. They're going to make a shitload of money, hand over fist. They're not going to have to spend billions of dollars on R&D for hardware anymore. So they're going to save a shitload of money. They're going to reinvest in COD and some of their other IPs, and it's going to be any and everywhere, and everybody's going to be happy. They spent the last 5-6 years telling you to play elsewhere. They've been telling you this shit. This is nothing new. They've been telling you, play on your Samsung TV, play on your iPhone, your Android, play on your tablets, play on this and there and everywhere else but their goddamn console. This shouldn't be new to you guys, but your brains are so fogged with Phil Spencer handsomeness, right? You're too focused on him and his smiles and the things that he's giving you in order to instead of seeing exactly what's going on. If you don't buy, you had, these bots, they got this notion, hardware don't matter. Sure, if hardware didn't matter, then a company wouldn't make it. People don't spend billions of dollars to make shit that they don't care about. No, of course they want to sell it. But because you didn't buy it and because you didn't support the games, then you got the Game Pass subscription service. Because you didn't support the Game Pass subscription service, now your fucking games is going elsewhere. And so now you're going to sit there crying whine, but it's over. You got to find your different community, go find you something else, a different hobby or whatever. Go buy your PlayStation. Go buy your PC. Buy your Switch, something. But this goddamn Xbox is going away, and they're giving away the whole fucking store right now.
Yeah. What up, Sick?
Sick, what's up, man?
What up, man? I'm just
listening.
I'm just sitting back listening, dog. I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. I've been quiet, but I've been quiet because I've just been enjoying all the mayhem, dog. That's really what it is, man. Like, where's all the yellow tail bandits when you need them, man? I ain't heard nothing from Paris. I ain't heard nothing from none of these
Paris got out of his
fools.
sick bed and said it's all rumors. Go back to bed. That's what he said. He said it's all. He said he was in a sick bed. He came out. He did his damage control. He said it's all rumors. Go back to sleep. He says, Aaron Greenberg, I got lunch with him tomorrow.
Yeah, that man living in the danger zone. Don't believe shit he say.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
He's living in the danger zone, dude. He's like, no, they got me flying out to check out some Flight Sim DLC.
So Sick. Let me ask you a question. Do you think there's validity to these rumors and things of this nature? With these games possibly coming to these other platforms.
I mean, what else are they gonna do, bro?
That's what I said earlier.
I agree. Okay, so when I say that, I need y'all to understand where I'm coming from when I say that, right? You have a group of people who decided that they were done buying games. They beg all these executives to put everything in Game Pass. And somehow in their mind, they thought that putting all of these games in Game Pass was going to equate to some sort of money being generated that made sense for the games that they want to be put into Game Pass. The problem is life doesn't work that way.
Yep.
You know good and goddamn well, first and foremost, Bethesda and ZeniMax, they were pissed off when they found out that Call of Duty was going to be multiplayer. They like, hold on, how the hell you telling us we got to keep our shit on this bullshit ass box? But then you allowing them, I think that's why your boy left.
Yeah, Pete Hines said
I think that's why your boy left.
That email,
yeah, I think that's why he left. Because he was visibly mad about that shit. So, it is what it is. My thing is, I personally don't even really want it to happen. I'd rather let all of this shit die on the Xbox, dog. I'm gonna be real with you, dog. Like, I'm not gonna even fake the funk, bro. Like,
I ain't no. Check this out, Sick. We need them shits, and I'm gonna tell you why. Right? You sure we ain't gonna play them? But listen, we're not letting these bastards get off easy. We've had to hear for years. We had to hear these bastards argue and fight us down. Nah, we need them shits. I want to stream Sea of Thieves and some of these dog shit games that's coming.
Man.
Just to
man. He's like a pig in shit right now. He's ready to go.
Nah,
just this stuff was rated in Australia, so there has to be some validity to it.
It has to be.
Yeah.
At least Hi-Fi Rush. I don't know about Sea of Thieves, but at least Hi-Fi.
It was 2 games, so I don't know.
Oh, then Jeff Grubb. We got him too. He's the one who did the Sea of Thieves.
I'll say I've heard that was one that might be coming to other platforms. So when I first started hearing these rumors, I was like,
they make from Game Pass is enough money to run the whole Xbox division. And I said, okay, so you guys just decided you weren't going to buy games anymore. You don't buy the Xbox the hardware's not selling very well. This is a business at the end of the day. They got to make money some kind of way.
Listen, guys, I'm going to do something here. Listen, I understand you say that they don't buy games, but I'm going to tell you something. It's a two-way street. I think Microsoft has done, or Xbox has done, a piss poor job in even marketing their games to make people even want to buy them. I don't think they do themselves any favors to make these people want to go out and buy these games. Hell, they can't even get anybody to turn their head to their platform to say, I'm going to go buy a platform to play that game. So
yes, they're not even playing the games on Game Pass.
They don't even do a good job to get their fan base excited to even play this shit. They hide their gameplay. They
I
overpromise, underdeliver. So they don't do themselves. The corporation or Xbox, Phil and all them, as the PR man that he is, he can't sell a game for his life. That he cannot have a confident. You know what's funny is that, did you even see how Hi-Fi Rush was released? They delayed it.
It was stealth release.
Stealth release. I sent it to Frogs. Did you even see that?
Release.
What the hell? Where the hell is that thing? I'm going to show you. I sent that to Frogs. It came out.
Stealth released that shit
because they didn't know when to announce it. They didn't know when to do it. That's why. That's what happened. That's why.
Sad.
Was it a plan? Was it smart marketing? No, it was ignorance.
From what I heard, that game had been finished for years.
Yeah, it was ignorance, dude.
Yeah.
As with everything, they don't market shit. They don't know a game if it smacked them in the ass and called them Daisy. They have no goddamn clue. I sent it to Frog. Where the hell is that thing? I'm gonna send right here.
Well, the fact that it came out, it received a lot of valor and a lot of people liked it, and a lot of good scores, and it did not move numbers. Says something, and it failed. What it just says is like it failed. Yes, it failed miserably.
But
that's sad.
Well, listen. Yes, do I blame Microsoft? Yes, I do. But I also got to blame a lot of that is on the fan base. The fan base, they hype up these games.
Well, that too.
And see, here's the thing, right?
And the search for W's only get our L's.
You got to know what game you're playing, right? Are you playing chess or are you playing checkers? They're trying to play chess or checkers against PlayStation guys. They're worrying about, they're too focused about PlayStation to worry about their own shit collapsing. And that's what happened. They just want the games just to say, ha, we got games. Instead of them actually wanting the games, supporting the games, spending money on the games, and showing the engagements, right? That's literally what it comes from. But they're too busy over there. Well, yeah, we got this and PlayStation got that. It's like, yeah, but PlayStation is number one in every category. The PlayStation guys always buy their games. They always support their games. They're breaking records month after month for the last since fucking launch. Like, shit is good on that side.
I said the same thing. I don't mean to cut you off. I said the same thing when Hellblade was marketed and it was doing so well, and nobody on Xbox was checking for that game until they got the studio and they bought the studio and talked about working on it. Nobody on Microsoft's console was talking about Hellblade because PlayStation cats was talking about it. They were like, "Yo, this game is this game." And I was like, "Let me go check this game out." And I bought it, supported it. Yeah. Nobody on Xbox is checking for that game. Don't expect that game to sell well. Don't expect that game to have legs. It may come out and review well. Don't expect that game to have any longevity because, like you said, they're so busy talking about, look what we got, you don't got it, instead of actually fucking playing the game. And I don't get where we are in the gaming space where people just, that's how you live, that's how you game. I don't get that.
Oh, the Grindhouse.
I don't get it anymore.
No, but I understand, and also the thing is that I've seen the shift in going like why Sony is failing rather than even caring about what Xbox is doing. Like, it's more of like, and it's crazy because Phil even said, like, we cannot be good because we wish somebody is worse so that we look better. And that's kind of where the mentality has shifted, especially last year, was like, Sony's failing. Sony go out of business. Microsoft's going, it's like, dude, what are you talking about? They dropped Spider-Man. What do you mean? And they got games in the next 3 months. Yes, first party, they're quiet. We need to see that stuff. But that doesn't mean they're in trouble. That just means that they're just holding it close to home and they're letting it cook and waiting for it to come out. You can't say the same for Xbox releases. They let Halo cook. Goddamn guy came out looking like Craig and needed a fresh shave. That was horrible. They cooked for 6 years and delayed it a year for extra cooking, and it still came out raw. Like, and same thing came out with Forza. You had Forza come out. Oh, it's 6 years for Forza, and it comes out again. Raw as ass. Like, they're not cooking over there. I don't know what the hell they're doing. They're using Chef Mike. You know Chef Mike? Microwave. They put this shit in the microwave the night before and still dropping it. That's what they're doing over there.
J-Dub, I swear, bro, I done finally cleaned up my timeline, right? So my timeline is clean. It's more political shit on my timeline than gaming shit altogether. But man, I fucked around and went to your goddamn Twitter page. I said, what the
fuck? Wild shit, man.
I was like, what is going on, man?
His page is wild.
Hey, you
His
know my
page is wild.
timeline finna stay lit. I keep my shit
Man.
lit.
His
Man,
page, they be trying. Hey, I'm like, God dang, man.
they are
They wild over
genuinely
there.
hurt. They are
Butt hurt.
I
Because
haven't seen this
You
amount of
know how
hurt
many?
since what's his name? Crap Gamer.
For the game on
Remember we
PC.
had
Oh yeah.
Quantum Break? Quantum
Quantum
Break.
Break, yeah.
Yeah.
He told Phil to
Yeah.
cancel his
Yeah.
pre-order.
Oh, he's still out there fighting
Oh.
that same fight out on Twitter right now. The exact same
Ain't
I
no
don't
fight.
get
way.
that guy, man.
Ain't
Yeah,
no
he
way,
is.
dog.
Literally.
You know how many
So he-
Xbox dudes today I heard say they gonna just build a PC?
Yep.
Wow.
Hold on. Back up.
Are you
dog.
serious?
So you're gonna
Yes,
go
that's what
from
they're
giving.
saying.
You're gonna go from not giving me money to giving me money. I'll
That's
take
not
that.
hurting Microsoft.
Yep.
They said, well,
take
this
that.
is the reason. They said because they can get all the Xbox games on PC, and then all the PlayStation games, they'll wait 2 years to play them games. They said they're
All
not
of
getting a PlayStation. They just
All of them. They getting all of them.
They said all of them going to eventually come to PC, so they'll just wait.
Oh, man. Yo, and even Cobra, man, he turned into Alan Wake. He goddamn wrote a novel.
Oh,
Goddamn, did you see what Cobra wrote? He wrote like the whole thing about the Xbox fans.
I have no idea who that is.
He is like
supposed to be
a lot of pictures.
He's a shield. He's an Xbox shield.
Dude, he
Xbox
was hugging
shield.
Sarah Bond and Phil Spencer. Grab ass, gave him a tattoo of Velocity
Listen,
Architecture right above the S crack.
Global.
He wrote a dissertation like Alan Wake.
Jazz, all of those guys are.
What was that
finally
dude
coming-
on the video that was crying about how Phil needs to stop what he's doing?
Oh,
and,
I don't know.
yeah.
That was
That
was somebody's lunchtime.
They're
I don't know
all
what those
holding
going on.
these podcasts and stuff. Now, do you guys know who's been the quietest? The guy who actually has access and get flown out and stuff to Redmond all the time. It's Cole Eastwood. He's very, very quiet right now. And I asked myself, well, why is this dude quiet? This is the dude that's supposed to have the connections to Phil. Could it be that he already knew this shit all along and he was just grifting and saying what
Dude,
he had
he
to
knew
say
about
just to
Redfall
get
all
read?
along too, and he let us
Isn't
all
he a
play it.
PC gamer? Isn't he a PC gamer?
He's a musician.
First and
I
foremost.
mean, well, for a guy that's a PC gamer, he should cap for goddamn
Nah, I can't trust
Xbox
him anymore,
alive,
dude. You
so-
saw what happened with Redfall. He knew all about that trash
Wait,
for months.
Trust
Yeah.
him anymore?
I never trusted him, but how can you trust him any more than that when he had Redfall, played the shit, and then let us all play it and go, yeah, it was ass 6 months ago when I called the game of the year. Get that out of here.
Smashed ass.
I'm gonna be real with you, man. Like, to be honest with you, man, like I thought this would be one of the moments where I'd be like, yeah, hell yeah. I genuinely feel bad for these dudes, man.
I do.
I
do.
listen. No. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Because they went to bat for Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
They did all kind of corporate shilling that they should have never had to do. They were at the regulators' necks on behalf of Microsoft. Like all of them are coming out of the closet telling you that the Xbox One was the worst gen they have ever lived through, but they stuck it out and they held the line. You know, they said all of this, man. And it's like every new video I see is another confession. Like they are confessing how they really feel about Xbox. They feel like it's a piece of shit. They know it's a piece of shit. But come on, dog. Now, you getting a little too big for your britches, Microsoft. Y'all out here doing some things that we really don't fucking like because they really thought that they were gonna have a gotcha moment.
Yeah, the comeback thing. And Cobra here, like he wrote a whole big thing and he had the basically thing. And I remember when he went out to FanFest taking pictures, meeting Phil, oh, this is me. You know, he supports all their studios and he wrote a whole big dissertation, Alan Wake style, on like, you know, if you've tried to serve everyone, you'll end up serving no one. Holy crap. Dude was given to rooftop parties. They fed him. Greenberg bought him coffee, all this stuff. And it just shows because that's you're crawling up the wrong asses, dude. It's about the games. It's not about those clowns. They're Mickey Mouse crew.
Whoa. Let me ask you a question.
Was this one of the dudes that was talking about exclusives are anti-consumer just a few years
Oh,
ago?
yeah. Hell yeah. What do you mean?
Uh-huh. Yep.
Yes.
Oh, that
All of them
name do
are.
sound that name do sound
He has
familiar,
my
dog.
logo of
Yeah.
Conker, my favorite game. Meanwhile, the son of a bitch that came and asked for Conker. He's talking about goddamn exclusives and all that other trash.
Oh, that's
Yep.
crazy, dog.
He
So
celebrates the
wait, hold on.
studios.
Oh, he see the vision now, huh? He see that exclusives matter. Oh, let me tell you something. Hey, all y'all Xbox dudes, man, get out there and be like, yo, we want Spider-Man, dog. Yo, we want Wolverine, man.
Do you think
We want Stellar Blade, because truthfully, that's how it looks now. It looks like really y'all are just envious as fuck as
if they would have bought
PlayStation fans.
do you guys think this would be happening? If they would have been buying games, do you think this would have
No.
maybe prolonged this? Do you think
I
it's
don't.
not
I
gonna
don't
happen?
think to. I don't think to this degree.
Not this
But I
fast.
think it's
It
still.
wouldn't be
Yeah.
this accelerated.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Game Pass made it worse.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well,
No. Here's the thing about it, right? I don't think Microsoft ever thought that Game Pass was going to do anything other than what it's doing now. Because
Right.
everybody, like Jim Ryan said, we've did the Matrix. We've tried all the shit that they're trying, and that
It
shit
doesn't
just
work.
doesn't work. Everybody
Right.
has said it doesn't work. Google found out firsthand it doesn't fucking work. It just doesn't work. But what it was going to do, it was going to prolong and give them enough time to get to the point where they are now, where of course they want to become. They figured out, well, shit, we don't necessarily have to get completely out of gaming. We can become, a big publisher
Sega.
and whatnot. What you know? Exactly.
Oh, wait.
So
Hold on. You're in the Grindhouse, guys.
Yo,
There you go.
What
but
better-
they are. But they're
what
talking
better
about
way to do that
2026
than-
now to start a new generation, man. You know, maybe that's going to help.
That's a wrap. After today's news, they won't even make it to 2027.
Listen, they do realize it's hardware. They're talking about some kind of ARM mobile CPU. It's not even.
Yeah,
it's
a
not even
streaming
what they
stick.
think
It's
it
their
is.
streaming
It's not
device.
even what they think it is.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
Yeah, it's over.
No. Now here's the thing, because I do know there's some people who've been saying this. I don't want Xbox to go away because then Sony's going to do X, Y, Z, or whatever.
I
And my
hate that.
whole-
I hate that conversation. That is
Here's
so
my
What has
thing,
Xbox
right?
been competing with?
Microsoft hasn't been competing
Yeah.
in gaming since the 360, and that hasn't stopped Sony from delivering the games, delivering the VR, delivering the Portal, and all the accessories and everything else. So they've basically been competing against themselves anyway, or Nintendo, right? And to some extent PC, right? Because they say they want to keep people from fully going over to the PC, so they want to keep the console people, give them something to keep going with. So Xbox can go away tomorrow. It won't change anything because PlayStation is Sony's bread and butter. This will keep the lights on. They will forever have to feed this beast. They can't go back. Matter of fact, Jim Ryan said this a couple of years ago. He said the thing that keeps them up at night is making sure that they never return back to what happened in the 360 era, where they're getting complacent and blah, blah, blah.
Exactly.
So that keeps them going, right? So they have no choice but to, I know people say, well, they spent $300 million on Spider-Man and $200 on God of War. But they have no choice. If you want the lights to come on, you're going to have to spend all that goddamn money, and you're going to have to sell a shitload of games. And guess what? They're spending a lot of money. They're doing exactly what they need to do to stay in business. If you can't do that, if you can't survive it, then you shouldn't be in gaming. And that's how I feel about Xbox. If they can't fucking give you the best that there is and the best for your money, they need to get out of the fucking space. And that's literally what they're doing. Now, they'll be a great fucking third-party publisher. I don't mind them being another Ubisoft or another EA or another whoever, right? I don't mind them doing that. They'll have some games that I like and I'll buy. And, they got Call of Duty. I'll buy Call of Duty. They got some of the other shit that's out there. Now, some stuff, it's going to be trash, and we get to skip the trash, but that's up to them, right? Gamers don't go and buy every game. They don't buy. We don't buy shitty games like that. We buy the best of the best. So guess what? Because they got fucking Game Pass, they'll throw the shits of the shits out there, just like they release fucking Redfall and don't care. And but they've been doing that for the last 15 years. So the gamers have spoken, right? They have the whole world saying, "Hey, here's a fucking Xbox, here's Game Pass," and the people turn around and bought a fucking PlayStation and a Nintendo, and they just, for whatever reason, motherfuckers just don't rock with Xbox. They ain't got the games. Either they don't have the games that they want, or else they just really don't want to buy that fucking shitty ass hardware. It is what it is.
Who the fuck thought that you could tell people over and over again, the console doesn't matter. The console doesn't matter. The console doesn't
No
matter.
console acquired for Starfield.
And at the end of the day, now you're looking goofy and confused when they can't move the console. I don't understand this. This is why I'm so confused. Truthfully, this is why I'm so confused. Y'all sat up here for years. Y'all heard us telling y'all, screaming to y'all from the mountains, please go out and buy your games. Go out and buy your games. Go out and buy your games. I even made the example. I'm like, dog, if you go to a school, right? And in that particular neighborhood, you ain't got a lot of people paying taxes and shit like that, then you gonna have a lackluster fucking education, bro.
There you go.
You're gonna have a lackluster education. Why? Because how in the hell do you fund this type of shit? You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm like, you gotta spend money, bro. Like I'm not saying that you gotta go out and buy everything. Come on, dog. Nobody buys
But wait,
everything.
they said Microsoft got $2 trillion and they don't need they can foot the bill. They can foot the bill.
Whoa. Do you
was
think
their fault for worrying about the money instead of the fucking games?
No. How do you think Microsoft became a a company worth $2 trillion? Do you think it was by losing money constantly?
That's true.
What the fuck are we talking about here, dog? Again, those arguments have always been stupid. But the thing is, all these people who are so passionate about Xbox and they love everything that Xbox is doing, dog. Why didn't you go out and buy the games? You tell us all the time how much you love every game you've played. Isn't Game Pass supposed to be try before you buy? So what happened to buying?
Yeah,
because they want to be able they want to be able to say they have it and you don't. And that's
Okay.
That's what it turned into. Yeah.
Whoa, let me put something in the air real quick. Ever since Game Pass came to be, there's been one consistent thing that we've all seen. Every game that drops into this service gets a fucking downgrade, an egregious downgrade, because it has to fit within the service. How the fuck did they fuck up Forza? How is that even possible?
Right.
How is Forza?
Their
How is
flagship
Forza 7?
game.
How is Forza 7?
How do they fuck up
better
Halo?
than Forza
Yeah.
Motorsport?
Crackdown 3.
No, I'm telling you.
And all their franchises, they shit the bed on all their franchises.
They fucked all their franchise Gears. They fucked all their
Gears.
franchises.
A Kate story and the open world thing. Like, jeez.
But what did they do? They made excuses.
Of course they did.
Oh, I'm playing this in Game Pass.
Yep.
Well, here's the end result, bro. And they're trying to get better. Okay, so let me explain this to y'all too. Microsoft taking this route is honestly probably going to be for the betterment of what you guys get.
Of the games, yeah. I agree.
Yeah, games.
Because if PlayStation guys actually and Nintendo guys actually buy these games, there will be more money to funnel back into the actual game.
We get better games.
Give y'all. So it's not even like it's a lose-lose, but the situation is that's not what you want it to be. You don't want it to be that because you're like, how in the fuck does PlayStation get to keep their exclusives, but now we got to share?
Yep.
And honestly, I think the meme that you put up with Debo and old boy, I think that was the best. That was the best way to put it. That was it.
It's yours,
like,
but it's both of ours.
It's both of ours, dog. Don't worry about it.
Down in my house.
Yeah.
Dude, I got a Kali Yuga with that too. He goes, "Enough, Phil." Laugh my ass off. But he's like, "Stop it, Phil. Stop it." Meanwhile, Phil Spencer, they love him.
Phil Spencer! Phil Spencer! Phil Spencer, baby! Let's go! Yes!
Oh, that is so cringy, dog.
I see Ghost in the garage in here.
Yeah, Ghost, what's up, man? There's your intro music right there. How you doing? Ghost, you
He
there?
might not be on the mic. You in the mic, Ghost?
We call
This
on the mic.
man somewhere. This man somewhere on a,
I was
a
gonna
yacht
say,
with some Jack Daniels or something.
He's getting ready. He's getting lubed
I
up.
was gonna say,
Oh, damn, pause.
I was gonna say the other thing I hate hearing people say is if you let them leave the industry, we're gonna have $800 consoles and $120
I've
PlayStation
seen that
games.
stupid
That's
shit.
bullshit.
Oh yeah, they've been
That's
saying
bullshit
that
because the industry, if it doesn't fit the industry, we're not gonna support it, and they would go the way of the dodo too.
Well,
So
let me ask you a question.
that whole thought process is stupid.
Let me ask you a question, Frogs. What is wrong
Mhm.
with an $800 console?
Nothing if it's worth what you're getting.
Oh no, absolutely.
Right.
But what the point that I keep
But
making
it's
to
the
everybody is like, because people are crying about how much the Pro could potentially cost,
at
and I'm like, dog,
$599. I'm good.
no. But I'm saying,
I
don't
get
you
it.
want better? Don't you want more?
Exactly.
So I mean, I don't understand it. I'm really trying to understand the
You just
logic
made the
behind
list.
this. Y'all want consoles to consistently be $499 and for y'all to consistently be like, yo, we need a Pro. Cause come on, dog, let's be real. 2 years into the fucking life cycles, niggas was talking about Pros.
Yep.
Now why is that if you feel like the PS5 is sufficient? Why is that?
That's true.
Dog, spend a little bit more money. I ain't saying the shit need to jump up, but come on, dog. I spent what, like six something for my fucking PSVR 2, dog. I just spent $650 for a MetaQuest 3, dog. I just spent fucking $500 for the slim PS5. I got 7 fucking PS5s. Dog,
Damn, I think me and you are going back and forth. Shit.
Well, I don't understand it. Well, okay, so here's my thing. I gotta have a PlayStation in every room, bro. I'm not about to be
sound like
dragging
me.
around the
God
goddamn
damn.
PlayStation, dog. I'm not doing that.
In the garage.
Wait, you got a portal also?
Huh?
Did you get a portal?
Yeah, I got
Did
a portal
you pick up
too.
a PlayStation portal?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm on mine right now.
I ain't mad at that.
But
Yeah, I got a portal
listen.
also.
The only reason why I'm saying this because we had this conversation all the fucking time, dog. But we can get away from this conversation and possibly have a console that lasts 10 to 12 years instead of thinking about buying a new fucking console every fucking 6 or 7 years. Like, come on, man. I'd spend a little bit more money if it means that the console life is extended and we ain't gotta start all over from scratch.
Yeah.
Every fucking 7 years, dog.
That's true, sick. But here's the thing, and this is what I found out, is that that's for you, me, and a lot of the people that we know. But we're in the super minority. Majority of the people, dude, like it's the majority of the even PlayStation guys still have a fucking PlayStation 4. They're still on PlayStation 4.
Right.
So
They have
while
yes.
you and I, we got the funds and we'll shell out $1,000 for a goddamn PS6 if it means it's gonna, be better and last the whole generation. Unfortunately, that means our install base is gonna be like 5 million for like 5 goddamn years until that price gets down to $3. And that's just
But you guys,
literally what it is.
You even saw what happened with the Pro. Like the PS4 Pro wasn't the big seller for the PS4. That was just like an upgrade if you wanted to get an upgrade.
10% of their market.
Yeah, 10% of their market.
10%
So
of the
like
market.
this thing is just gonna be there.
14 million units, and I had like 5 of them.
Yeah, I eventually slowly took out my PlayStation 4s and upgraded.
Hey, same here.
And no one else too.
sick,
I'm gonna tell you, the Pro holds the PlayStation holds its value. Like that's the thing; it doesn't drop off the face of the earth.
Hell yeah, it holds its value. That shit. Hey,
look what Pros are still Look what Six said. He has 7 PS5s in his house. I know I got about 5, at least 5 of them motherfuckers around here, right? So if you think about that, it really technically won't be like 5 million people that it won't be 5 million people. It'll be, let's say, 2 million people that just bought like 4 or 5 of them a piece. So you got to get that. Like it's the same like with VR. Yeah, you're never going to get a 1-to-1 in an accessory like a VR or something because not like Sick is not going to buy 6 goddamn VRs for the house, right? Yeah, he might have 1, maybe even 2.
Right.
But the majority of the people, like, that's why it'll always be a smaller number.
What you talking about for the PSVR 2? Oh no.
Yes.
I got
two
3
of them.
PSVR.
Oh shit, you got 3 of them. I remember when you got 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn.
I mean, yeah, but
God
but
damn.
I'll tell you,
for the kids.
I'll tell you this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I'll tell you this.
The kids are
Never
taking
mind.
it.
Never mind.
Majority of the people are not going to have that. They like
That's
just what it is. Until that price get down to like 300, like that's just, I hate to see it. Consoles are capped at a $400 to $500 price. Anything higher than that, then your install base is smaller. This PS5 Pro gonna come out. We're gonna buy
you know
it.
why I'm gonna say that's a lie? I'm gonna tell you right now that I don't believe that. The reason why I don't believe that, remember back when the PS1 came out, I think the PS1 came out at like $200 or $300 or something like that.
$299, yeah.
Right,
And that
right.
was a lot
that
back
shit
then,
flew off the
And we
shelves.
could have never thought in a million years that we would be paying upwards of $500 for a console. I'm telling you, dog. As tech progress, if we can, unless we want to continue to have the same shit, dog. Dog, we gotta raise this limit, bro. Even for the other people. You know why I say that? Because why is gaming the only shit that got fucking limits like that, dog? You got people who out here buying fucking Gucci shoes and Prada shoes and shit like that cost way more than that, bro. Like,
listen,
what are we doing?
I agree with that because I that's my whole motto. Like, I believe in you supporting your hobby. There's an endless budget when it comes to my hobbies. But the problem is that you got one install base who've been brainwashed to not buy games and to not buy stuff and to not spend money. Only to do the subscription service, right? They gone. They out of there. They're never gonna fucking buy anything on a massive scale. They don't want to fucking spend $70 for a game. So that tells you we can't count on them anymore, right? That fan base is pretty much gone. So now we got to depend on the Nintendo dudes and the PlayStation dudes.
Bro, they thinking that the new Nintendo Switch is gonna be like $400.
$400. I think it's gonna be $400, and you have to buy the dock.
No. You telling me that you're gonna go spend $400 on this little hybrid tablet thing, but for a home console that's pushing way much more, you're not gonna spend a little bit more? Like, come on, dog. Ain't no way we this cheap, bro. There's no way.
Now here's the thing. See, this is what I would say. I would say, okay, let's say regular PlayStation 5, $500. Let's say a PS5 Pro with more power, $800. Do you think people will be willing to spend $800?
No. Hold on. When I say 800, no. When I say 800, I'm talking about for the next console, bro. Not
talking about the start of the next generation.
Yeah, not the mid-gen refresh. The mid-gen refresh.
No.
The problem.
What I was saying is, if they put enough power in that Pro
to justify it.
Do you think people would spend it? Because then now, the closer you get to that $1,000 territory, is the closer people will consider just go ahead and go to the PC.
True. Yeah, you're right.
You'll have people thinking like,
but you know what? They didn't go up to the PS5.
If I can save an extra $500, dude, give me a nice little PC.
They were thinking that the PS5 was going to be $600, and they kept that at $500. So, like, I think they got to keep it in a relative thing. Like, I don't think they're going to blow it out of the water because you'll get people to buy it, but it's not going to be.
Hold on, Jez. What do you mean?
Here's a balance. Do you want massive adoption, or do you want? You know what I'm saying? It depends on what you want, massive adoption or not.
Well, the PS4 was $399, so.
Yeah, and the Pro was $499 too.
The PS5 was $399.
Yeah,
well, we're talking about the full. No, it was $400. It was $500.
No, PS5. No, the PS5 digital is $399.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about the bundle SKU with the disc drive and everything. Yeah,
okay,
the one that most people buying. Yeah.
Okay, so I bought the digital one, so I spent $399 for my PS5.
Yeah, I didn't buy that.
But you got to remember too, the thing is that they cannot price themselves out of the mindshare market in the sense that they need to make sure that there's enough out there for development support. Like if they just put it as this exclusive unicorn at $800 and it sells like a little 5%,
$5 million.
Where they're gonna get? They got to make sure they'll get the support for the developers because developers might not even spend the time to say, well, we're going to put that little bit more in there. for this thing. So they got to make sure it's at a price where it's going to move, but it's not going to oversell the other one. The main PS5 is going to be the thing that carries it throughout the
You know
sales,
what?
just like
though?
last gen.
You know what? I don't think PlayStation gets enough props for what they do. Let me explain to you why. I went and bought the MetaQuest 3. I keep telling y'all, dog, the PSVR 2 shits on the MetaQuest 3, bruh.
Of
Don't
course.
don't ever put that shit in the ring talking about, oh, that is better because it's wireless. Like, fuck out of here, dog.
Yeah, a
That
mobile
shit
chip can't
is
hang with a
garbage.
dedicated gaming.
That
That's
shit is
just
garbage.
They can't, but
Yeah, I don't
but you
understand.
know what
I don't
though? The
understand how
Quest though
people-
does have a lot of content though in it. That's the thing that PlayStation need to get some of that content. That's what I
Wait,
think.
most of the content that's
Well,
on the
game
Quest is on the PlayStation.
Yeah, but there's some cool games down there, and the mods do
Nah,
it, man. I
and
was
the
freaking
thing
playing
is-
Halo and Contractors. It was incredible.
But no. Let me tell you this. I am
cell phone
willing
games.
to say, I am willing to
Dude,
say,
as a chief.
I'm willing to say this.
Yeah, those are
Just-
cell phone games.
just like with Xbox.
yeah.
No, just like with Xbox, I ain't tripping on exclusives and stuff like that. Hell, I wish they do have some exclusives. Give a nigga a reason to go out and want to buy one of them motherfuckers.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's the reason why I say I'm not tripping on like MetaQuest, because MetaQuest, nigga, that's all they got. That's all they do is invest in VR.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, they buy the company.
PlayStation got to worry about the PlayStation. They got to worry about the VR. They got to worry
the
about
Portal.
exactly.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Exactly. So they got enough money to, and Meta is in no fucking dire straits when it comes to money, nigga. Like they got it.
No, and also they do have a different way of building. They're trying to build that they have online concerts and all stuff. So they're trying to build that meta world. Sony's not trying to build that world.
And here's my thing. I respect that, bro.
Yeah.
Why you think I bought a Meta
That's
Quest
why I did,
3?
yeah.
And my son has a Meta Quest 2. I own the Oculus Rift S. Niggas think just because I prefer PlayStation, I don't play on nothing else.
No,
that's why I laugh at them every time. They be like, "Oh, you fucking ponies! You can't play these games. You can play everything you can play, and the shit you can't.
That's right.
Because you're an idiot. Because you're a fucking
Sick.
dummy."
No, sick. This is what they said. They gonna PC is Xbox, so they just gonna build a PC. All the PlayStation games gonna be on there about 2 years later. And you can steal all the Switch games. That's what they said.
Oh man!
Good
Yo, let me get these super chats here. Tex-Mex Morty. Here's a question for you guys. Damn. He says, "I don't understand how bots are getting mad when they champion Phil Spencer, saying exclusives are anti-consumer and Xbox is an ecosystem. Sales don't matter." Man, remember all that stuff?
Never believed that. All of that was to slap Sony. That's what it was for.
Or just it just shows support for hanging in there for him, which again, you rode the wave and now the wave's about to crash. Like the fact is that Phil had a bunch of phases. Like he's like, we're gonna go phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. And I think they've changed their pivot so many times. You know, games are just on the Xbox ecosystem. The Grindhouse, get them, Phil.
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. That ABK purchase, it ain't looking all that good no more, dog.
Dude, they sold their cloud to Ubisoft.
I truly mean that, and I don't think the cloud shit is a big deal anyway. But I'm just saying, when you look at the overall of what they paid for, I'm like, yo, was that shit really worth it?
Call of Duty.
The reason why I say that is,
38%.
yeah. I mean, that was gonna naturally happen anyway, and it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get
This
worse
Call of Duty
because
so disappointing.
Well,
This shit is disappointing.
no, it's gonna get worse because people now believe that Call of Duties are gonna be like day and date and Game Pass and shit like that. And if that is to be true, let's say I'm wrong, and that does turn out to be true, it's gonna get man shit. If y'all think it's bad now,
That's right. He called them Horizons, not phases. Sorry, thank you. He called them Horizons.
Yeah, he called it Horizon.
Horizon 1 and 2.
But my thing is though, I really truly feel like, oh no, you know what, Aaron? I ain't gonna even lie. I probably need a drink right now, bro. But I ain't no drink, I'm just being serious, bro. I'm the nigga that's about to buy a $3,500 Apple headset, nigga. Like,
Hey, hold on. I got hold on, dude. I got so much alcohol left over from New Year's because I was sick, bro. I haven't got to drink any of my alcohol, bro. I got like 15 bottles of liquor just sitting here, and I haven't been able to drink it because I've been sick. Man, I just look at it, man. I don't even want to drink it because I'm like, I got the flu, and I'm like, ugh.
Dude, Tex-Mex Morty, the 2, he goes, Xbox third party, third place for life. Yo, make that on a shirt.
That's pretty funny.
Oh man.
Yeah,
I mean, going third party actually works out better for them, dog. Because look at it like this: who would have made us think about them buying anybody if they're third party, bro? But if you buying something just to rip it away from something else, that don't make any fucking logical sense.
But this is the crazy thing, Six. So then this is where I think a lot of people are in their feelings with this whole thing, and again, I blame Phil Ness for all his crap, because if that's why would they do then what they did last year in sense where they bought Bethesda or ZeniMax and then they went in there and said don't make PlayStation 5 versions, because then they were taking away, which was a lie, because they said that's not why they bought ZeniMax until they get over the hump, and then they realized let's pull it from PlayStation. But the fact that they went in and did that, and then now they're turning into like we're gonna put the games on PlayStation, it's like, well, what are you doing? Are you taking it away to put it on later? Like,
no,
it's all mixed messaging. It's all over the friggin' place.
No, they did that temporarily, and now I see why they did it.
Why?
They did that because after the ABK deal, the Xbox fan base, if they would have got that deal, and they would have got absolutely zero perks, because after the deal, they found out that the games weren't going in Game Pass until some time, right? So they had to throw the motherfuckers a bone some kind of way. So even though it's a Call of the Time exclusive, right? Call Starfield and Redfall or whatever, time exclusive. That bought them some time. That bought them some time. Even if it's a year, it bought them some time to be able to get shit in order, to be able to justify. Now watch Phil Spencer's next words. Well, I told you guys we'll take it a case by case basis. And he's going to introduce that timed in there. Whereas, most games are going to come to Xbox first. That's going to be his next tone of speaking, how he's going to transition this shit.
Xbox
and he's going to have he's lessening the blow, right? He's not just going to come out and say, yeah, games are going everywhere. He's lessening the blow by saying, well, some stuff is going to go where it fits, and then he's going to say, well, we got some time stuff in there, and then the final blow is, yeah, it's going in and everywhere, where everyone. He's already came up with the motto. When everybody play, when we all play, it's on the fucking
I got the quote here
Xbox controller.
From Mitsu, where he said, quote, in the future, we need to consider the large number of Switch and PlayStation users also part of the Xbox community.
Absolutely. That's literally what
they
it
let
is.
this man go around saying all this spewing this shit. Like, and then they scream his name. Like, what are we doing
Here's
here?
the thing, though. Here's the thing. I think Sony should approve that shit on a case by case basis, bro. I don't think they. I truly don't believe. Like Redfall, bro. Don't even pitch that shit to me, dog. Keep that shit right where it is.
Keep that shit
Keep
right
it
where
right
it is.
Redfall officially on this gaming grindhouse. Redfall is officially called the prequel to Blade. There we go. Anyway,
the next gen. Hey, you saw they put them next gen versions of. They put out those next gen versions of what's that game? The Outer Worlds, and the PS5 version ran worse than the Series S.
Oh yeah.
So they may put these games on PlayStation, but I wouldn't expect them to be very optimized. They probably gonna run like that.
Oh, they can't do that now. They'll really suck.
But you gotta be careful too, because there is a possibility that those games, the definitive version of those games, are going to come to fucking PlayStation.
Oh, I heard J-Dub talking about Starfield at 60 frames on PlayStation. Oh,
they're not. Can you imagine? Can you imagine Starfield coming to PlayStation with 60 frames?
It ain't gonna be none of that. They're not gonna do that.
That would never in a million. That would never happen.
That would be nuclear meltdown.
Never say never.
First better. Remember this, Jada.
Nah,
first better,
I'm gonna say never.
Remember what they said? First, better, best. They're gonna make sure it run the best on the Xbox.
Let me ask you a question.
Why? The Xbox is the install base is so small compared to.
No. Let me ask you. Why is all of the games that are slated to come to PlayStation coming as PS4 versions?
I was just about to say that.
That was crazy.
Yeah, it was a bunch of PS4 games. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, and
Maybe it's,
Xbox
maybe it's
One.
because maybe
Yeah, it's coming to Xbox
well,
One too. It's
the
coming to
reason I was
Xbox
going to say
One too.
PS4 is because PS4 still has a huge install base. That's the only reason I can think it would do that.
No, that's not what it is.
That is
Hey, I'm
not
just
what
saying.
it is at all.
I don't think it is either. But I'm just saying, you know.
No, because
Right.
you can have a PS4 and a PS5.
Dude, they have arcade on here.
True,
They're really going to make an
true,
arcade
true.
cabinet of Hi-Fi Rush? It says media type arcade in the Australian thing.
Yeah.
It says
Yeah.
PC, PS4, then Switch, online, Xbox One, and arcade.
Yeah.
And then the other one says PS5. This is the ZeniMax with id Software. That's PC, PS4, Switch, Xbox One, and PlayStation 5.
Now ask yourself, why is there no PS5 version when you can utilize all that tech and all that hardware to make sure you have a good version of that game? That game is going to be some
Why is there no
bullshit,
Xbox
bro.
Series console? Wait a second. Oh shit!
Because it already
Wait a second.
exists.
Why is there a PC, PlayStation 4,
So,
Switch,
y'all remember
Xbox One, and PS5?
Yeah.
Where's the
Oh,
series?
That might be fake.
Y'all remember?
This might be
Hold on.
fake,
Y'all
you
remember?
think?
Y'all remember when Psychonauts 2 came out?
Mm.
And it was a X and the S, but they gave you a PS4 version and give you a PS5.
What's the Xbox?
And then they said the reason they didn't do it because they wanted to focus on the series
This
systems.
is Zuby though.
Yeah.
Zuby, you're in the
Yeah.
chat. You sleeping? Zuby.
I mean,
what's going
they
on
did.
with this?
They eventually did
Zuby
a.
didn't
They eventually
mock
did a
this off. This
PS4
is
Pro
Zuby's.
version, but yeah, but maybe they just said, you know,
Where's
fuck it.
the Xbox
There's a
Series
lot of
version?
games are coming out. I don't know if y'all noticed this. A lot of games that go to Xbox and they'll go to Game Pass. They won't do so hot, and then those same games will come to PlayStation.
Yep.
I mean, and then like High on Life came out on Xbox.
I
People
bought
talked
it.
about how cool it was, and I bought it on PlayStation.
I
You know
got
when
it
it
on
came out because I think it's a fun game.
The
But
haptic feedback and all that shit. See,
yeah,
that's what I want. You know?
everything it did on PlayStation, like yo, this is so much better. I don't know what it is about
They even got
Xbox.
some rumors of Flight Simulator. James Corden said he heard
Wow.
Flight Simulator is coming. Flight Simulator is
That
coming.
shit
That's
come to
gonna be-
PlayStation. I'll buy that shit.
Hey,
Bro,
listen,
that's gonna be
man,
crazy, man.
Hey, wait. I'm in the aeronautics. That's the only reason I'll buy it. I'm in the aeronautics.
Well, y'all seen my
I
flight
wanted to be a
rigs.
pilot.
Y'all seen my flight rig, so
Only way
Yeah.
I would buy a game
I'm really
from
into that
Xbox
shit.
on PlayStation is if like Gears come. If
Yeah.
Gears come, then I'll buy
that's
that.
see. That was another one that JS.
Yeah, that's
JS
another
Smith
one.
said.
Yeah, that's another one.
no, he didn't say Gears. He said Gears too.
Selection. No, he said
No, he said it's the Gear
Marcus
Selection.
Phoenix
The
Collection?
reboot of
The
it.
Marcus
Yeah.
Phoenix-
No.
Yeah,
That's-
the collection. Yeah.
Yep.
Bro, that shit come to PlayStation,
bro.
it's over. That shit is selling.
No.
We already know that shit's gonna
You mean
sell.
that thing has been rumored for 3
Check
years?
this out. Halo Infinite, the multiplayer portion. That's
Yeah, that's what I heard
saying,
too.
guys, this shit is crazy. What's going
There's
on?
no
And
way.
listen,
Y'all,
Get down.
well, okay, let me ask you this though. Let me think about it though. Like it goes back to what I said. The install base for Xbox is so small, it's damn near non-existent. So,
But isn't PC supposed to make up for that?
That's what I thought. That's their plan.
clearly it's not. Clearly it's not. Clearly it's not. Right?
Luke
Because
Starfield fell right off the face of the earth.
Listen. PlayStation has 50 million PS5s, 120 PS4s. Right? Collectively, you're looking at around 170 million people in that ecosystem, give or take. Nintendo Switch, 135 Switches out in the wild. That's 135 potential customers there, right? You put those two together, you're looking at over 300 and close to 350 million, potential customers that's sitting out there. And then you look at Xbox. They got 21 million, got 22 million goddamn Xbox Series and 40 million from last generation. Combine them shit, you got 60 million. Now tell me which one Phil and Satya is going to focus on, the 60 million or the 350 million?
Yeah.
Sure, you can piss off the 60 million people, but you still got 350 million motherfuckers that you've never had in your life. And now you're going to have that? Like, they don't care. Man, they're going to bring that shit to fucking PlayStation and the Switch. And
Yo,
it is what
Sergeant
it is.
says Flight Sim with PSVR 2 support.
Bro, that would be crazy.
I was laughing. I was like, holy crap.
But think about it. I'm gonna be honest. I think we need to stop now that we know what we know. we need to stop
Just
thinking
sit back
of it
and
as
see if this cup comes true.
as a Xbox versus PlayStation. It is now Microsoft gaining two new install bases. They're basically gaining 2 new install bases.
That's 200 million install base.
They have 300.
300.
I mean, I'm just 350, right? If with the Switch, 135, right?
135 and 50. Okay, yeah. And then if you count PS4, then throw
but
that
you got a
in there
PS4,
too.
yeah. You still got the PS4 base that hadn't really moved over yet, right? So you still got to focus on them. That's why when you look at that the screenshot that you're showing, you see PS4 clearly.
Yeah, PS4.
That's up there for a reason, right? They want to get the money. Microsoft is about getting money. They don't care about your feelings, of course, right? Obviously. So yeah, you're gonna piss off 25 million people who bought the dog shit Series S and X. Yeah, you're gonna piss them off. But you're gonna gain 350 million other people that actually buy fucking games at $70 a pop. That is going to speak volumes. On top of course, your PC. All of disgruntled bots, they're just going to leave Xbox and go over to PC anyway, which there's still going to be a Microsoft proposed ecosystem. They're still going to subscribe to the game. So you're not losing anybody.
No.
That's how Microsoft is seeing it. So I think we need to stop looking at it as an Xbox versus PlayStation and look at it like they now not only have Xbox, but they have PlayStation, they have PC, they have the Switch. They have to cater to all of these different groups. And this is why we're getting the games that we're going to get. And I think if you look at it from that standpoint, then you can kind of see why they would do that. You can't say that they wouldn't put a Gears or a Halo, or we see the Sea of Thieves, right? Microsoft is a services type company. They make these services type games. Why have it stuck on a fucking install base of what? 25 million, right, for a next generation game? Why have it stuck there when you have access to 350 million?
Yeah.
So
and
I
also
think,
J-Dub, it's pretty telling where it's like it's on Xbox, it's on mobile, it's on PC all day one, and they're still interested in porting those games over to a Switch or a PlayStation. It's not like where they're just launching it on an Xbox and then going to PC like what Sony's doing. And the thing is too, this I found is a little different than, if this is true, like different than what PlayStation has been doing. This is like Sony going back to like Uncharted 2 and being like, let's go put that on Xbox. And it's like, it's really crazy the fact that they're going back and they're going to put this on their direct competition. Like putting their stuff on PC, it's a different market. Putting it directly to your competitor. Like, I think that's pretty crazy that they're going right to them.
They're not competitors anymore.
They're not. They said they're not competitors, but
Phil told
Sony
you
still thinks they're competitors.
In that interview, we got the video, right? We got it in 4K. Yeah. Phil said we're not.
We can't out-console them.
We're not in the market of competing with Sony and Nintendo.
But Sony still views them as competition now. That's the problem.
But Sony and Nintendo should still view them, because Sony and Nintendo still want gamers to buy their console. Until Microsoft pack up the fucking box of Xboxes and throw them bitches away and say we're no longer going to sell hardware, they're still going to look at them, because any person from today going forward that buys a Xbox is one less person that's buying a Switch or a PlayStation. That just makes sense. Now, until Microsoft says, hey, we're no longer going to be making hardware, we're just a third-party publisher putting games in and everywhere, and we're part of your customer, just like EA is a customer to you, just like Ubisoft, then they wouldn't have any issue with putting Game Pass. They wouldn't have a problem with putting whatever on there, right? Mm-hmm. Because they no longer have to compete for the hardware. Sony and Nintendo are the only ones who actually make money on the hardware. So they want you to buy their hardware. More people that buy the hardware, it's more people that's going to buy the software. Who's going to buy the subscriptions? Who's going to buy the VR? Who's going to buy the portal? Who's going to buy the headphone? Blah, blah, blah. On and on and on, right? So it's an ecosystem. Sony is thinking like Apple. That's how they're trying to produce things. And everything you saw from CES today, they got a fucking car. They was driving it with a DualSense controller. Yeah. they got all these movies that they're making out of their IP. They got these TV shows that they're making out there. So it's this one little globe, and it's all reciprocating each other. All of the devices and everything reciprocates, and it's all functioning. The shit's fucking crazy. They got a new AR/VR
I know
headset
that, which is basically replace HoloLens, where Microsoft already canned that whole program.
Exactly. So behind the scenes, I honestly
and the
think,
Apple thing's coming out with AR, and Microsoft has already canned their whole division.
I honestly think behind the scenes in that court case, Microsoft stated their intentions to the court and to Sony and to everybody else, but they couldn't make it public because they still, of course, you can't upset fucking, your install base and tell them that. You don't want that to come out that way.
They've been dragging them along.
Eventually, it something came out to where it made Sony be like, all right, fine, do whatever. Nintendo, fine, okay, do whatever. These motherfuckers, Microsoft went in there saying, hey, listen, guys, our plan in the next 5 years to just get out of hardware anyway. We're going to be a third-party publisher. Let this deal go through. Sure, we'll be the biggest third-party publisher. We'll compete against Ubisoft and EA and stuff like that. But technically, we're not competitors. We just want to buy Call of Duty, which people buy Call of Duty regardless. That Call of Duty purchase doesn't take away from Madden.
No,
it doesn't take away from
Switch, and they added to their competition.
And they added to Switch, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Which they're trying to pull people from a Switch. They didn't, because they'll just put it there.
Yeah, Nintendo doesn't even have a proper online, so they can say, listen, you can use our Azure cloud. We'll help you build your own online
did you see, too,
like
that they just announced at CES that NVIDIA now gets in their cloud, gets all the Xbox games, all their games.
Absolutely.
So now that takes away from their xCloud advantage in the sense that they had their exclusive games in their service, and they basically just put them on NVIDIA cloud. So now you could go play their games on NVIDIA. NVIDIA just said more Xbox games are coming, like all of them, not just the Activision ones, like all their games. And they said that the cloud didn't grow as much as they wanted it to. Instead of people just testing out games, it didn't grab a new audience of people, which they thought it was going to do, and it didn't. So,
and Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to say, Cosmic Hero, he says, member for 2 months. He says, just like J-Dub said, the whole slate. Dude, that was hilarious. And then they go, Maniolos, member for 21 months. Thank you, Maniolos, VIP. He goes, wait for the day Bungie making Halo games again for PlayStation. Holy Spirit activate. Oh, man.
Yep.
Good, man. Yeah, and here's Phil. Look, J-Dub, when everybody plays, we all win. Signed, sealed, delivered on the controller. Dude's been saying it, and people will just like, that's not what he really means. Let me tell you what he's talking about. It's like, remember all the Phil interpreters that come out after Phil says some crazy outlandish shit, and people are like, oh, that's it, it's over. And they're like, no, he would just had a bad day. He didn't mean that. What he really meant was... Yeah, so let me ask a question here to the remaining everybody here. How many days do you think are going to go by before they knock on the Magic Kingdom door and Phil Nessmouse comes out, oh boy, and he has to come out here and reassure everybody that they're still Xbox fans important to him? Is he going to do that again this week, or do you think it's just kind of let it go?
Nah, I think they eventually had to get here. They had to get to this point where we're today. They had to
think let it ride.
Yeah, they just been pussyfooting around with it. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? Like it goes back to what I explained earlier. They're just gonna gain people. They're not gonna lose people. The people that they lose, who cares, right? What you gonna do? Go to PC? Haha, you're still gonna be a customer. You still don't buy games. You're still gonna subscribe to Game Pass because you're a fucking cheap fuck. So who cares? That's the motto. That's why I said Phil really did a psychic, like a psychology move on him. He got him to not care about the hardware. He got them to not care about the type of games that they get. He got them to embrace a subscription service. And he did all of that shit within like 5-6 years in that transition. That shit is crazy. He got them to not only subscribe to Game Pass, but he got them to buy 2 to 3 consoles that literally had no games. and this motherfucker is like the Don Dada of of fucking mind control.
Dude,
He
I got
literally
yo, shout out to
Bro.
Persona who put this clip out here, man, with this the exclusives don't matter crowd. There it is. From where is the kid going, I keep losing a deal.
Keep losing at deals, and I don't want to make a deal
Bro.
anymore. I am leaving, and you can't stop
crazy,
packing
it's
my
crazy.
bags.
Stop barking at
To
my
me,
ears.
to me, it's just funny, dog. Like I've been enjoying the hell out of this. Bro. I gotta say it again, bro. I've been enjoying the hell out of Twitter for the last week. It has been awesome.
Yeah.
I keep losing the deals. I don't want to make deals anymore. I'm packing my bags.
Oh, I seen a lot of that shit too. Like Tim Dog claiming that he gonna leave. And cut it out, man. You ain't going
trying to hurt Phil Spencer's feelings. Like I'm gonna leave.
Cut that shit out.
None of them dudes ain't going nowhere.
Nobody's
All
going
they gotta
anywhere,
do
dude.
is come out and say something nice to him, and all these niggas gonna be.
All
right
I'm
back
telling
and
you,
forth.
all Phil Spencer has to do is send out Matt Booty and give them a whiff. That just
No,
give
no,
them a
sit.
little whiff, and they'll come right
if
back.
they-
That's what he
Think
does.
about it. If they leave, where are you going? If you go to Nintendo, guess what? Your Xbox game's gonna be there. If you go to PlayStation, your Xbox game's gonna be there. If you go to PC, your Xbox game's gonna be. You can't shake. I'm saying it's the perfect move. Phil pulled he pulled the perfect fucking move.
He
where
pulled
you
the
can't
Kaiser
escape.
Sose on everybody's ass.
You
Holy
can't
shit.
escape. You can't escape the motherfuckers.
He did a
Wherever you
Kaiser
go,
Sose.
you're gonna have to give them
He
money.
went,
yeah. That's some genius shit, man. I ain't see it coming.
He's like,
but
go ahead,
that
go
was
to
some-
PlayStation. I'll get you over there, you son of a bitch. Go this way. I'll get you. I'll get you
Exactly.
over there. Phil Spencer played the Kaiser
Exactly.
Sose. Give him a whiff, man.
Yeah. Listen, can you imagine Gear 6?
Oh, man,
launching
J-Dub's like,
on
come here, fantasy sports. This is like Mario and Sonic again. Holy shit. We're doing Mario and Sonic. Like, imagine Mario and Sonic in a game together.
Yep.
Oh, man, Microsoft again. We got Kratos and Master Chief. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, and they made I mean, they was right when they said, "Man, you giving these motherfuckers our games, but Nintendo and Sony wouldn't ever give us one of their fucking."
I saw
And
that
it's like,
too. People like
yeah.
give us
Goddamn
Metroid
right.
if you're gonna take Hi-Fi
Yeah.
Rush. I'm like, holy shit, Metroid! What the fuck?
Yo, I had a person hit me today. I had a person hit me today after I wrote my thank you letter to all the Xboxes. This man posted MLB The Show and was like, "Ha ha," and I'm like, "Yeah, nigga, they went to MLB and made a fucking deal, nigga. What you want me to say? What you?
If not, you wouldn't have no MLB the game period because that was the thing.
You know what hasn't happened
Exactly.
since that shit? You ain't seen nothing like that happen again because that shit even
Nuh-uh.
blindsided Sony. Sony was like, God.
Absolutely. Well, you know, when you don't own the IP, right? When you don't own the license to something, this is why a company buying EA will be the worst thing ever because you really would have to license out everything anyway. So it's you really not getting that value.
Well, that's the thing, and I think you're
It's-
right. I
and
think
that's
that
what happened with
Activision
sports
deal
games.
really just Phil, like you said when you came on first time, you said like Phil said the Activision deal will accelerate their plan. And what was the plan of the Activision deal? Put Call of Duty everywhere and keep it there,
any and everywhere,
and have a mobile store. And then there you go. That was his like. Man, and what did they do? They put the game on the Switch, so they added more competition for Call of Duty. They didn't bring it home to them, the home of Call of Duty. They basically put it on Nintendo for the next decade, and told cloud to Ubisoft, where they can't even control Activision IP in their cloud, so they can't even leverage xCloud over any kind of cloud service, which leaves them now open to competition. And that's the reason why the CMA pushed that stuff. But like, after a time, weren't they going to sit like, guys, we are spending all this money. How do we leverage any of this stuff? They had to change their strategy because there's no way that they could, if they're not allowed to leverage any of that stuff, then how the hell, what's the sense of paying all this money? And then
You know what I
hiring all
believe? You know what I truly believe? I believe after the ABK deal, I think to a certain degree, I think they thought that Starfield and Redfall and all of that stuff, I think they really felt like that was going to convince people to leave PlayStation and come over to Xbox or buy into the Xbox ecosystem. And that's just not what happened. people looked at those games and was like, and kept it moving.
Yeah,
That's all that happened.
And maybe that
They didn't
Redfall
make
thing,
any impact.
They
didn't
he was
make any
upset,
impact
dude.
with that shit.
Yeah, it didn't. And Starfield, it didn't. It said it was the biggest hype game, and it didn't do what it needed to do. And they purposely went in there and said, do not make PlayStation versions. We're exclusive. And I think Phil fought real hard for that over Tim Stewart's approach, and it didn't pay off. And now they're kind of like, okay, Phil, well, we tried your plan last year. We tried you and Booty saying exclusives. That really didn't do anything, because look at our end of year numbers. Okay, now we're gonna do our plan and try to get our money back. So let's stop putting our games on the on the PlayStation and stuff like that. Let's start moving.
A lot of people
that could be the situation.
A lot of people aren't thinking about either. Not thought about this, because I just found this out the other day. It's crazy that you cannot play online unless you have Game Pass. Period. So Game Pass and Xbox Live is one and the same. So you would have thought all their Xbox Live members going over and saying, "Hey, we have to be Game Pass members." You thought it would have grew substantially. It didn't.
Well, here's no. Here's the thing. Satya, right? Remember they had this. He gave them a what do you call it? He gave them a deadline, and he gave them a quota that they had to meet. And that quota didn't that mean new people? None of that finagling and fake shit, right? None of that. You turning this into that to try to fluff the numbers. It had to be tangible. It had to be tangible numbers, and that's why they couldn't do that. That's why when you transfer your Xbox Live over to Game Pass, they didn't really count it the way that you should have counted, because
people
like, nah,
thought, if you were,
this
they
shit.
thought it was gonna They thought it was if you transferred over to from Xbox Live to Game Pass, you're gonna be a Game Pass subscriber. A lot of people, who just play online, they buy their onesies and twosies. They don't play it there, and I'm telling you, a lot of people don't play there anymore, and they went more PlayStations because they're like, "Yo, I can't subscribe for $60 a year, and I only play Madden, Call of Duty, 2K, and blah blah, and whatever. I'm not trying to subscribe $16 a month to this service, and I don't want to play shit in there." So guess what? A lot of those people went more PlayStations. A lot of them.
I know a lot of people that they pay for Xbox Live just for the party chat feature, so they can talk to their friends and shit.
Wow.
Yeah, remember that was behind the game. That was behind the Xbox.
Shit.
That was the paywall. Remember?
I remember Netflix was behind the paywall too.
Yeah, it was. And but that was when they had the cool Netflix where you could join as a party and all watch the movie.
Right.
That was pretty fun. Let's go. Hit that like button. Yo, and the last thing I wanted to touch on, though, is that newly announced number here of 123 million monthly active users just announced at Sony's CES. Isn't that
That's
crazy?
And you know what Sony didn't have to do?
Spend $100 billion.
Yep.
And they didn't have to. They didn't have to fluff shit. They didn't have to.
Dude.
It's crazy how Sony is able to do that without really spending any money. Like Microsoft had.
Jado. Hello.
Oh, hello.
Oh damn, he got sniped. You still there?
No. I had a call to come in.
Hey,
I got you.
I had a call.
I was about to say Phil Spencer said, "Get him up out of here."
Phil Spencer, you're not gonna be talking that monthly active user shit. Don't reveal our numbers, J-Dub. That's what he said.
You know what? That means that they did a great job of selling the system.
Shit, they're at 50 million in 3 years.
I think their monthly active users were at like 106, 7, something like that. And for that shit to jump to 123, that's crazy, bro. That is super crazy.
Well, wow. I do think that some things that people say are they're true. Sony's brand is just one of those brands that's hard to compete with because they've been around for so long, and it's not that Microsoft can compete with it; it's the way they're competing with them. We all saw what happened in the 360 era, and I always go back to and I still feel this way. Like if that 360 era was what we were going through now, Microsoft wouldn't have been a thing because the internet was still growing. That red ring of death could have happened now. So I think all companies have learned, but I think Microsoft hasn't learned in the way they own things. Because you got to remember 360, they weren't owning stuff. They were doing a lot of partnerships, and so when they weren't owning stuff, they weren't really putting money into ownership, and now they're doing it. And I think they realize
and
now
I
we
think
can just do it.
You're right, and I think that's where a lot of the people try to say that Microsoft is in a better place now than what they were, because you're right, they were doing a lot of those things, and now they're in ownership. But the problem is now when they're owning it, they're not owning it in the sense that they're going to do what they used to do with the stuff that they could own. Instead, now they're sharing it, and that's where a lot of the craziness went out, over the last couple of years and stuff. Is that now you finally own it. You own it now. You could control it. And instead of bringing it back and giving to us what we deserve, that we stood by you all these years, it's like, I'll stand by you. They're like standing by. I stood by you all these years, Phil. You got to give me something. Just stop it. Stop. And now that they own it, they're like, don't give it to them. They don't appreciate it. I appreciate you, Phil. And that's what I saw on the internet. Basically.
Well, you know what? I want to ask y'all, like, do any of y'all really understand the difference between Microsoft and Sony, though?
Yeah.
Listen,
totally different.
Microsoft. Well, Sony could have easily made the decisions that Microsoft did, but they decided that they weren't going to take on a whole bunch of dead weight. What they're doing, instead of going out and buying old shit that people may or may not buy based off of nostalgia, right, is they're building up teams. They're incubating teams. They got the China Hero Project. They got the Indian Hero Project. They doing a lot of stuff with people from Korea. You know what I'm saying? Like, while Microsoft is like, yeah, got that Call of Duty, bitch. Hey, Spyro. Hey, Crash. Hey, they over here. Sony like, yeah, okay, well, we finna put together these new IP, these new games, because they know we want new games.
You're my number one
I can't wait for Lost Soul Aside.
Yeah,
bro,
let's see Microsoft even bring those games out. Sick. Let's see Microsoft even bring Spyro and that.
See, the thing is, I'm not gonna doubt that they're not gonna do anything. I mean, I don't think it's gonna be.
Ask Conker how he's doing.
Yeah, if they do Activision the way they did Rare. Oh man, it's gonna be a long fucking day. It's gonna be a long goddamn day.
I think that's exactly what's gonna happen too.
They have too much stuff. They got too much.
It's all about recouping. It's all about recouping money. So
they might just
they don't manage their stuff well, sick. They don't manage.
Look what they did with Battletoads. They made Dahlia Studios make it. Meanwhile, Rare's sitting there playing Sea of Thieves, and they made Dahlia Studios made a bootleg Battletoads.
I still can't understand why that wasn't online.
And not online.
I really don't understand. I really don't understand that.
I have no clue, dude.
You know what though? I don't understand a lot of things that Microsoft does, and I just understand that about myself. Now I don't even try and figure it out, bro. Because why? Honestly, just let them people do what they do. They're gonna get themselves out faster than anybody else could.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And to be honest with you, like I said, I'd much rather them take a different route where they do stand on exclusives and shit like that. But I think that period is over. I think that time is over. I think they spent way too much money. I think they have way too much shit to make up for. And I think the CFO is now taking the reins. Like, yo, there's no more open fucking checkbook and shit like that. Like, we got to figure out what we're going to do with the shit we already got.
Exactly.
You know
that's
what
what
I
I
mean?
said.
So
We tried yours, Phil, last year with the exclusive stuff, and we didn't see the huge growth. Now we're going to try my plan. Like, we're going to pivot this. And you're right. And I think the biggest issue is that they spent so much in a short amount of time. They never got to see the fruits of all that spending. They never got to see all that investment in 2018 of new studios that they have. They haven't released games that were worth a damn or even put out anything. Then on top of that, they got then they say, let's go spend $7 billion on ZeniMax. They have yet to see the fruits of those labors because they're already putting 2 exclusives on Sony before Microsoft could even see what ZeniMax could offer them. And then while that ink is still wet, let's go spend $70 billion on Activision and just add that to this. They never had a chance. They spent so much money so fast. They never had any chance to even demonstrate a strategy to what they were investing in. And you're right. When you spend all that money, it's like, well, where are we getting this back from? Now that's where we're looking at it. And you're right. I think they're changing the tone. And if you look at these 120 million, people go like, well, who cares? Like all this numbers and celebration. For me, This means that it's a very strong and big, healthy mind share, and it will give Sony the potential to lure in more games, more developers, more exclusive features, more things to the brand when you see
Wait, who
123
said
million.
that?
I'm just saying for myself
Who
because
said
I know people.
who cares?
No, nobody said who cares. I'm just making it why we would care of just showing this number of 123. It just shows.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, nobody said
The
that. The
motherfuckers
Grindhouse
who
don't say that
always
kind of shit.
talking, the motherfuckers who always talking about engagement numbers, and you talking about what does that mean? Like, come on.
I just wanted to just put it
about?
out there as to why I had that screen up is because it shows that it is a strong growing area, and it gives the mind share for Sony to leverage that to get more stuff for us to play. There you go.
That's crazy. They flipped through that PlayStation stuff extremely quick. Extremely quick. Did you watch the
more
CES?
freaking hardware? Jesus, more stuff.
Yeah, did you see the CES? Or?
Yeah, I was watching it on the thing when I saw that AR thing now, and then I saw the guy driving the controller. He pulled out the controller. I'm like, oh shit, what's this new controller? And he starts driving a car with it. I'm like, holy crap, what the hell is this guy doing? It's wild. But dude,
But it's gonna be interesting to see how everything goes.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be wild. Again, it's all rumors, but dude, a lot of the, like J-Dub said, and everybody was saying that a lot of the media came out. I was like, I heard about this, and they kept adding games to the rumor. It started out as like undercover Hi-Fi Rush, and it was like, I heard about this. They were thinking about Sea of Thieves. Then we saw the Australian thing. So like, there's something there. And whether it comes true, this is just the beginning. And I think it's a new pivot for them, and it's going to be a very interesting year. But I want to thank the whole panel for coming through. Ghost, J-Dub, Sick, Link, Frogs. Yo, awesome show. Thank you so much. Hit that like button, grinders. We had the whole crew here tonight at the Gaming Grindhouse. It was a wild. Fires were burning. But yo, thank you. And then go watch Sick's show. He did a 7-hour show. I thought he was done after the first 2 hours. He said, no, I'm coming back because his internet was messing up. And then Sick came back. So go watch Sick's marathon show and go listen to that J-Dub.
Yeah, that
dude.
I was just about to say his first show. He was talking. It was like,
I know. And then he got.
I was like, what the hell's going on?
He came back.
And then he came back. Yeah, he came back. And
Well,
I started
thanks,
watching
Sick.
the second show.
Yeah, thanks, man. And
Yeah.
shout out to all the grinders coming in. Thank you again for all super chats, VIPs, gifted members. Awesome, fun show, man. It's fun to speculate. It's fun to see this stuff. And hey, it's all gaming. And the Microsoft pivot. We've been saying it. After this thing, and like Frog and I's always been saying since day one, and everybody else. It's like, what? Like this is where we're at. We gave the warning signs. We said. This is not good for the brand. And if you're an Xbox fan, like, damn right. But again, you let this go too far. You butted that Phil. Like, he sent you Xboxes. He cooked you. Dude, this was not right. And they diverted you and made you focus on something else besides great games. And now, whatever they got something now, they're going somewhere else. And it's annoying. It's annoying. Hit the like button on the way out. And we're going to see where this goes. But keep it locked here to the Gaming Grindhouse, where we're going to have more stuff for you. Grinds Bites, streams, shorts. We're all ready to go. And I'll thank everybody again. And you know what? At the end of the day, it's all about Game Pass, right? Maybe not anymore. Who knows? Maybe it's about PlayStation again. Thank you again, Grinders. I think we gotta end with a Phil Spencer. There you go.
Phil Spencer! Phil Spencer! Phil Spencer, baby, let's go! Yes! Yes!
God damn.
He's going. Techno Phil. We're clubbing tonight. Grinders on the way out. Tip your waiters. We're going. Partying in the club. VIP. you again, Grinders. We out.
That man is too hyped.
Thank God that the brothers on the rise now. Endless celebrations all in my